another thrilling episode of the Late Night Boxing Talks. That's right. There's things going on in the world of boxing, and we got to talk about them. God damn it. Got to talk about it. We got a real busy weekend. We got a few busy weekends coming up, but this one's going to be busy because in the middle of the afternoon here in America, we're going to have Joyce versus Zhang 2. I'm excited about the rematch. I want to see that. But later on, we're going to have Hitchinson versus Zepeda, which I also think is a good fight. I think it's a good step-up fight for Richardson Hitchens. I think that's going to be a good fight. He's on schedule. You know, you fight a guy like that, hard puncher, southpaw, guy who's been in there with Ramirez, guy who's been in there with Prograis, very experienced guy. We saw what he did to Josue Vargas, so I'm excited about that fight. Luisito, que lo que? Calvin, what it do? Ralph, what it do? Dennis, what it do? And we out here. I'm excited about that fight. Sandy Ryan versus Jessica McCaskill. I'm excited about that fight. But I'm playing the fence. I don't want to pick a side when it comes to that fight because I like both those fighters. You know what I mean? I don't want to pick a side. I don't want to get anybody mad, you know. Ralph, what it do? And we out here, you know. Now, one soundbite that caught my attention, which was kind of the reason that I went live, right? I'm gonna play this for y'all. This is Leonard Smellerby. You know, they caught up with him and they asked him about Crawford versus Spence, the proposed weight, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna play it for y'all.
Because Errol Spence Jr. has activated his rematch clause, but we're now seeing Terrence is saying it has to be at 147. It's not going to be at 154. Where obviously Errol wants it to be at. Do you have any insight on that?
Did Terrence Crawford say that, or somebody from his team said that?
I actually don't know. I saw a quote on that, but the way the quote looked, it looked like it might have been Terrence, but I could stand corrected on that.
And oftentimes what you see in the sport, as you know, MJ, is that people speak and don't really have all the information. I personally haven't heard that. Okay. You know, nor have I inquired about it. Okay. You know, but you know, Errol gave him the opportunity when he didn't have to.
Do you hear how the language is? He gave him the opportunity. Like that one thing caught my attention because, well, what was the alternative, bro? Fighting Keith Thurman in a pay-per-view that nobody was going to buy? Fighting guys at 154 in pay-per-views that nobody was going to buy? You know, like they really do negotiate from a position of fear and weakness. You could see how resentful some of those guys are that fight even happened because I'm telling you, they didn't want it to happen. And it's just like Alexis Rumbero said, shout out to Alexis. Those guys don't want any of those fights to happen. They're okay with arguing about those fights, and they're okay with this guy's name being attached to that guy's name. But underneath it all, they didn't want that fight to happen. They don't want Davis versus Stevenson to happen. They're in the business of things that don't happen, you know, so that they can argue about it and so that the usual suspects can monetize their videos talking about it. But they don't actually want those fights. And you could just tell by the attitude towards everything that, oh, well, he gave him the opportunity. Well, what the hell was the alternative? Don't fight for undisputed? Fight Keith Thurman in a fight nobody want to see? What's the alternative? They needed each other. Errol did not get to a point to where he didn't need that fight. And the proof of it is in the numbers. You never did anything close to 500 thou or 600 thou until Terrence was involved. All your numbers was going down. From the time he debuted on pay-per-view with Mikey Garcia, what you did, 300,000 and change. And what you did with Porter, 200 something and change. And what you did with Danny, even less, 200 and something and change. Ugas, you didn't sell nothing with Ugas. So it's all gaslighting to where like, oh yeah, Errol, he was doing so. No, he wasn't. Nobody was buying none of that shit. Nobody. Y'all lucky I bought it. You know what I mean? What it do, Lisa? Let me open up the chat to the panel. I'm gonna get everybody down on this conversation, but I need y'all to stop talking over each other because that shit is annoying. And I don't know why y'all do it. Can y'all not hear each other or some shit? But they talk like fam. If he would have left that division without fighting Terrence Crawford, it's not like his stock was gonna go up. And it's not like there were all these big money fights at 154 in place of a Crawford fight. The Crawford fight was bigger than any fight that he could have had at 154. You tell me, Jay, what fight was waiting for Errol at 154 that was bigger than a Crawford fight?
Zero. I mean, nothing. There's no fights for him. That was the only fight to take. I mean, he could have took a Boots fight, but he was never going to do that shit.
He wasn't going to do that, and he wasn't going to make no money. If he would have fought Boots, you know what that would have did? 150,000.
If that.
If that. If you only did 277 with Sean, and you only did like 250 with Danny, and these are more well-known fighters than Boots, then what the hell was you going to do with Boots? Nothing.
I wager 50 between 50 to 100 foul. If that around 150 or something like that,
They like I'm saying, they talking like yeah, he had all these options and alternatives, and like, nah, fam, that was literally the biggest fight left for you because y'all tried to do the Canelo thing and Canelo wasn't hearing it. Like, no, what am I gonna fight Spence for? Michael, what it do?
So it'll be right back. Backstage doing something at the moment.
Is he jerking off?
I hope not.
Is he keeping it long? Long and loose?
Chills, man, shit. I mean, but just FYI, I just want to just say, like, I know I've talked over Pete. It's never intentional. I mean, it's always tough to get a word in edgewise. So
I dig it. I dig it. But yeah, I'm just like, so I'm listening to this interview. Let's play the rest.
He made the fight, because he wanted to do it for the fans, and he sacrificed some things. So, in my opinion, you gotta just do what you gotta do.
That's what Terrence is doing, though. That's what Terrence is doing. What he got to do.
Was that Leonard Smellerby?
That's Leonard. Leonard got to say something. He got to talk about it. Shout out to Will. Will says how quickly people forget that he did not defend his belts for a long time and was going to fight at 154 while holding unified titles. Gave him the opportunity. That was Errol's last opportunity. Absolutely. They acting like that he did this act of kindness or this charity. That is how far removed from the sport their philosophy is. That, bro, you in a hurt business. You in a fight game. You gotta fight. The fight that people wanted wasn't nothing at 154. That's the fight that people wanted. And look, I give Errol his flowers for doing it because I know that he could have been like Javante. He could have been like Keith Thurman. He could have swerved everything because that's how low some of them guys is willing to go. But respect to Errol that he like, nah, I'm not a bitch. I'll fight him. Respect. But stop acting like it's an act of charity. It's not an act of charity. They both went in there. They both fought. They acting like he did him a favor. Like, you know what? I'll let you hold this $5 million. It's like, huh? Bro, they both did their job.
I mean, because when it comes down to, like, I applaud Errol for finally getting it over with as well. Because Fury won't even do that shit once, at heavyweight. So, I mean, but I think it just came down to the fact that, like, he didn't have to do it, but it's like, it's just he was probably wrestling with that thought. I don't want to live with the fact that I probably couldn't beat this guy, or I just wanted to know what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like he don't want to be a sucker. Like, look, I think that, even though he got beat really bad, I think he could settle in his own mind over time that, hey, at least I did that,
At least I went for it.
At least I went for it. At least I did that. And there's he probably can't feel it because, fighters is fighters and all of that. But when he looked back, he could be like, yeah, I wasn't no coward. I wasn't no coward. I went in there with a goddamn animal, and I did my best, but I came up short. Hey, at least I tried. There's no shame in that. But the way that the people around him, or the people that say they support him, the way they dress it up, yo, you would have thought that they bought Terrence Crawford a car or some shit, or like they paid his mortgage. Like, well, he gave him the opportunity. Brody, you not De La Hoya, all right? Spence fighting Crawford is not, De La Hoya or something, or Sugar Ray Leonard or something. You're not in a position where you give opportunities because you don't bring in that much to begin with. What are we talking about? Canelo give opportunities. Yeah, he do. Not Errol. Come on, B. What are we talking about?
That's why so many damn fighters across multiple weight classes want to fight him.
Exactly. Like they acting like this is like when Oscar fought Floyd, or when Oscar fought Manny. That he gave him the What opportunity are you talking about, bro? You wasn't going. It wasn't nothing big waiting for you at 154. It wasn't no big money fights. The Crawford fight was a bigger fight than any fight you could have at 154 and 160. So what opportunity we talking about? It was an opportunity for both of them, if it was anything. And just in the language, you could see that, yo, for real, they wasn't really trying to do that. They wasn't really trying to.
Never.
Wasn't really. Because they acting like it was like an act of kindness or some type of shit. Like, he gave him the opportunity. What the fuck do you mean the opportunity? It was an opportunity for Errol to become undisputed as much as it was an opportunity for Terrence to become undisputed. Y'all motherfuckers is just mad because y'all knew if you put Terrence in there with this guy, he's gonna mess him up. Y'all knew. I knew. She knew.
We all knew. I mean, Joe, when that happened, their reality was shattered. Ultimately, or their fake reality, I should say. That's what happened.
Bro. Like, so let's listen more from. Let's hear some more from Leonard.
Errol at 154. Obviously, a lot of people were saying the first time around, and I remember a video circulating between Terrence and Errol where he's like, I don't want to hear that it was the weight if you lose. I don't know if you remember seeing that clip. So now, obviously, a lot of fight fans are saying it's clearly a weight. I think they both struggle to get to 147 at this stage. But what makes it different for Errol Spence Jr. at 154, in your opinion?
Well, I think that 54 is 7 pounds north, and it does make a difference.
Now peep this, fellas. When Gervonta Davis want to bring Ryan down, that's cool. That's cool. When he want to bring Ryan down, and not that I even like Ryan, because I don't want nobody hearing this thinking I like Ryan, but I'm saying that Katz is cool with Gervonta catchweight and Ryan Garcia. But Terrence fighting Errol at 47, where Errol been at? He been there most of his career. That bothers you.
Again, like in a rematch. That's the problem.
Like,
make it make sense, bro. Make it make sense. Like,
yo, I be seeing shit on Twitter.
What up, Mike?
What's up? I be seeing shit on Twitter, and in my head, I'm just like, I look at it, I'm just like, he's trolling. It doesn't even register that these people could be actually serious. So for the past 2 weeks, I've been seeing Crawford ducking Spence because he doesn't want to go to 154. In my head, when I first saw all this shit, people saying this shit, I was like, oh, everyone's trolling. But now I realize, like, people are really saying this shit. Like, it's like, I thought they were trolling, but people are actually serious. Like, Crawford is now ducking him at 154. What?
Huh? Bruh. The shit is crazy to me because this was all the same year. You cool with Gervonta using a catch weight on fucking Ryan, which to me is a joke because, look, you shouldn't have to use a catch weight for Ryan. He sucks.
Gervonta was making fun of him having to make the weight. He was making fun of him. He's like, oh, you can't eat. You remember that shit on camera?
That's what I'm saying. Like he sucks. Like I had Gervonta beating him without the catch weight. Without that, like the fact that you did that, it's like, wow, you were even bigger bitch than I thought. But y'all cool with that. Y'all cool with Gervonta catch weight and Ryan. And y'all want everybody to give Javante all this credit, all these plaudits for catchweight and Ryan. But Crawford could fight Errol at his weight where he got 3 belts, where he been at, where he beat all these people, Ugas, and beat all these people. And that bothers you.
Can I interject on this?
Go ahead.
All right, man. Salute. First off, proud to be a part of the panel. Glad that you see, salute to you. I fuck with y'all. Shout out to the panel and all that, man. One thing I've noticed about a lot of these dudes is as long as the PBC fighter isn't inconvenienced, then it's okay. That's one thing I've noticed, man. Even with the everything that I'm seeing, all the narratives and the talking points that I'm seeing being thrown at Bud, it's like, goddamn, he's duck. Now it's not enough that he beat the ever living shit out of Spence. Now he's all of a sudden ducking boots. He's
talk to him.
It's past ridiculous with me, man. Like they hate the fact they hate winners. You know what I'm saying? This is why they hate Canelo so much.
Keep cooking, because I was like, you know what Bud is? Bud is a fucking winner.
Yeah,
he's a fucking winner, bro. And he's not no bullshit, no fucking around. I ain't gonna sit here making up catchphrases to put on t-shirts. I'm gonna fight you and I'm gonna fuck you up, and that's my job. None of this other shit is my job. Fucking you up, that's his job. He did that, and y'all don't want to give him credit. And I'm gonna say why it bothers me. I say it all the time, Jay. What I say? If Crawford was from Mexico, forget it. They'll build him a church. But with the record that they'll build him.
If he was British, hello.
If he was British, he'll be on everything, endorsements, TV, Piers Morgan, all of that.
If he was British, they'd build him a whole ass museum.
Bro, they would have a fucking exhibition like, this was his baby bottle. This was a couple of poop diapers.
If he was Japanese, they built him an arena.
Boom.
Now, peep it. Inouye, right? God bless him, because I think he's a great fighter, just like Crawford. You see the difference that where he at, they rock with him, and he seems to me to have the same temperament as Bud. That this dude don't really talk a lot. He don't really say a lot. He do what he supposed to do. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, and I'm gonna leave. And that's their temperament. That's basically them. They don't give you a lot of who they are outside of the ring. And look, that's cool. I'm not trying to be your best friend. That's cool. I'm okay with that. But I'm like, you see the difference that, damn, dog, why can't Crawford, why he can't get the treatment that he knew he'd get in Japan? Why he can't get that in his backyard? And I think, that's a tragedy, because I see a guy that, they really not going to appreciate you until you retire.
I was just about to say that, Jules.
I would appreciate you.
Because the same thing goes with Lennox Lewis. Like, until he walked away, that's when he started getting all his plaudits.
Yeah, because I remember when Lennox was around. I hated his ass personally. I didn't grow to appreciate him until I was able to take stock of all the people that he fought and everything that he did. Then I said, same with Oscar, because, and you know why? Because he beat Chavez and I was mad. So while he was active, I didn't appreciate him. But after he retired, and you see, like, damn, he didn't duck nobody.
Like, you look at Oscar's resume. Like, honestly, it's probably one of the best resumes I've seen on paper. Like,
well, there's a debate. Yeah. But what I respect is the career that, like, we could say that Oscar was consistently in big fights, win or lose. He didn't duck nobody. You could never accuse him of ducking nobody. Like, nah, he didn't avoid nobody. That dude was in there with practically everybody he had to be in there with. So, and then I see this era and I'm like, y'all really acting like, because Errol had a fight, he did Bud a favor. How is that a favor, bro? You not De La Hoya. Let's get it straight. You not De La Hoya. You not Leonard. You ain't Canelo. You not there where you the guy that give out opportunities, bro. You was selling 200 and change pay-per-views, last year, 200 and change, bro.
Facts.
You ain't that guy.
Facts.
Fuck out of here.
I've even I wasn't live on the panel today, but I was just listening. I'm not gonna say his name because I know you don't like that shit or whatever, man. But they're saying Errol Spence primarily is the reason why the pay-per-view did the numbers that it did, despite the fact that it was a culmination of the public wanting this fight for as long as that they wanted it, that made that pay-per-view the success that it was. Errol was doing, like you just said, 200K and change against Ugas and against Sean Porter. He did his best pay-per-view numbers with Mikey Garcia due to his fan base coming over and buying the fight. Nobody's views plummets that much after their biggest fight if it's not a whole nother. That just doesn't make much sense to me, man.
That's what I'm saying. That it's like the Ryan Garcia and Javante thing, right? It's very simple. It's not that Ryan is this and Javante is that. It's y'all coming together that made that. Because Ryan, for example, he's not going to turn around and fight Joe Blow and sell that. He's not. But the reason we don't got to keep saying that about Ryan is nobody calls him the face of boxing. Ain't nobody running around here saying Ryan Garcia is the face of boxing. Nobody think that shit. But it's people that will tell you, yeah, Javante, like, nah, fam. Without Ryan, what he going to do? Put him back in there with Isaac. Watch what happens.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see how much people buy that.
You know what I'm saying? You could put him in there with Isaac. You could put him in there with Frank. That shit ain't going to move nothing. That shit is not going. And don't tell me, oh, no, because this era, listen, WWE pay-per-views sell, okay? UFC pay-per-views sell. You are making excuses. That's all that shit is. Other shit sell. So if this guy can't get over this hump of 200,000 on his own or for his name, because see, the redhead, he went in there with a Russian that most Americans don't know, still sold $500,000. He went in there with a British guy, John Rough Rider, another $500,000. That's all for him. That's him. So if Javante, if you can't do that, you're not the face of boxing. I'm sorry. Are you on the Forbes list? Nah, right? Well, usually, remember when Floyd was the face of boxing? What list was he always on? The Forbes list. So click. This is all very simple shit. But just like Stillmill said, they try to paint it to where the PBC fighter can do no wrong, and they cannot be inconvenienced, and they are always in the position. Like, nah, fam. Like, huh? Like, what the fuck?
Man.
Motherfuckers sitting here talking about weight. Like, yo, wasn't y'all just cheering Javante fighting a dude at a catch weight?
What a rehydration clause.
Exactly. Like I'm like, y'all was celebrating that and bigging him up for that. Now Terrence ain't put no rehydration, catch weight, none of that.
It's a direct reflection on the meltdown. They're just basically drug addicts and alcoholics. It's been proven all over social of these motherfuckers that have flipped out.
You got guys saying Crawford gotta be a man of his word. Bro, motherfuckers can't hold you accountable for shit, bro. How the fuck you look telling him to be a man of his word? He told y'all he was gonna fuck him up, and he kept his word. Y'all ain't want to believe him.
The problem is they didn't like that. They didn't like that.
My thing. My fault. Go ahead. My fault.
No, go ahead.
You good, man.
My thing is this, man. When you talk about being a man of your word, they all of a sudden expect him to fight Spence at a weight that Spence is allegedly comfortable at. But you got 5 years worth of bullshit and game that they was running on this dude, not showing his graphic on broadcast, wrong side of the street, 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, all the bullshit ass game that they was running just for him. Now that he's the king of the castle, now all of a sudden you got to do shit that's gonna accommodate Earl when y'all wasn't trying to accommodate him when he was an ESPN fighter.
And if the shoe was on the other foot, let's say Errol would have won. You think they would have been like, yeah, you should fight Bud at 154?
No.
Come on.
No.
Let's play this out right quick. Let's run a hypothetical scenario. Let's say like Bud, okay, he goes to 154, he fights Errol again, and he does a demolition job like we all know he will do if that happens. Does anybody think that? I mean, are these Spence fans whining about? Are they going to give his ass credit?
No.
Mm-mm.
Not that
Hello.
I like. Look, not that I like Tyson Fury because y'all know I don't. I hate Tyson Fury.
Me
But
too.
this fight with Wilder is an example. I don't think that Fury got to put Acme anvils in his gloves for Wilder. Fury had a choice, and I've been saying this for 3.5 years that they don't want to understand. No, not even 3.5. I think it's been 4, close to 5. When he came back in 2018, he had a choice. He was made an offer to fight AJ, and you got Wilder. He chose Wilder. Why? You make more money fighting AJ, especially at that time. He had 3 belts. You would have made way more money in the UK than what you made fighting Wilder. Why'd you pick him? Because you knew you could beat him. Because it was easier.
They
Way
cherry picked each
easier.
other.
That's not saying that AJ is. I don't think no fighter is perfect. No fighter is perfect. All fighters can be beaten if you wait long enough. All fighters can be beaten. But I'm saying at that time, for a dude that's coming off of obesity and cocaine addiction, nah, you don't fight AJ off of that. Nah, I'm gonna fight this
Mm-hmm.
guy because he got feet like a baby deer. He got feet like a baby gazelle, like a wobbly chair. I'm gonna fight him. It's very simple. And
Can
I
I say something,
equate,
Julius?
let me say this, Leo. I say that because it's like they don't want to admit that, yo, y'all fucked up a couple of times, man. Yeah, PBC fucked up a couple of times, man. Wilder, it's not about if you would have beat AJ. It's not even about that. It's that the money that was offered to you was greater than the money you made. That's it. That you could have went in there. We don't know. Maybe you would have knocked out AJ. Maybe. Or maybe you would have got knocked out. But one thing we know, and we only know it because you said it. You got offered more money to fight AJ than Fury. You a fool. Now you gotta hope that somebody in the Middle East will pay for that fight. And it's not looking good. Leo, the floor is yours.
Okay, I wanted to add something that the new gentleman said. Look, like Errol Spence did, like Sean Porter did, they went against the grain to fight Terence Crawford because that wasn't the plan. Even Sean Porter crossed the street. And I cannot hold at this point to Al Heyman and the PBC for not making the Terence Crawford versus Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia because they could have made that fight before. If it was about them, they could make. What I do hold against those motherfuckers is okay. Terence Crawford at that time wasn't the ESPN champion. It was the WBO full champion.
Mm-hmm.
So that shit that size of the street ends there. Because when there is a world champion, why your people not asking Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia, why are you're not fighting this other guy that is also a world champion? You
Facts.
didn't do that. You start telling everyone that the WBO wasn't a real title.
Exactly.
You pulled Terence Crawford from your graphic, even when he was a world champion and he had one of the pieces to actually be undisputed. So that's what I hold PBC accountable. Because
I'm going to say that what Stephen Fulton did showed that even a PBC fighter, right? Even a PBC, and don't get it twisted, I still got respect for Stephen Fulton. I still
So do I.
because of
So
what
do
he
I.
did. He proved when a guy want to fight, he's going to fight, whether he's with the PBC or somebody else. When a guy want to fight, he's going to fight. Stephen wanted to fight Inoue. So what did he do, gentlemen?
He fought him.
We bought him.
But the PBC guy, they want to get overpaid for the fight too, though.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with you on that. See, with Danny, this is the thing. With Danny, they were already, to me, based on what his commercial value was. The offer from Top Rank was $3 million. All right, $3 million guaranteed. That's per Carl Moretti and Todd Duboff because they're the ones that made the offer. $3 million guaranteed plus a pay-per-view upside. And I tell you now that at that time, Danny was not worth that. It wasn't worth that. Danny had never
Jules,
been on. Remember, Danny had never been on pay-per-view. It's
Keep it a
not
buck,
like
Jules.
you. It's not like you had a belt. You didn't have a belt. It wasn't a unification match. You didn't have a belt.
keep it a buck, Jules. At 47, when has Danny ever been worth that?
That's fucking shit.
What's his highest purse? What's his highest purse? Anybody know? At 47.
Look, there was a time.
It had
I'm
to be-
saying no. Look, I'm sure that there. If I look hard enough, I could find a purse where Danny got more than $1 million up front. I'm sure, but that's way back there, bro. That's way back there. I'm telling you that a guy like Danny, for example, that the fact that they don't crucify this man for shamelessly ducking Terrence Crawford to fight 2 journeymen. If you had time to fight Red Catch and you had time to fight Granados, how do you have no time for Terrence Crawford? You even made time to fight a guy that Crawford knocked out, but you have no time for Terrence Crawford.
There was no
upside
in no fight
because he never wanted to fight Terrence. That's why.
And they never wanted him to fight Terrence because I'm telling you, if you put Danny Gersha, if you put that man in the ring with Terrence Crawford, he gonna do to him what he did to Sean. He gonna knock him out, and they gonna be, how did he knock him out? Errol couldn't knock out fucking Danny. Fucking Errol couldn't knock out Paul. I'm telling you that all them dudes, being real with you, and I'm not trying to be mean, but if we being honest, yeah, them dudes is C's and D's.
Let's just keep it a buck. Those dudes
and D's.
Those dudes are not champions in the last 2 welterweight eras if they're with the other guys in their prime.
No,
dudes,
not at all.
Before I pass it to Steele, I gotta give Alexis his flowers because this dude, I ain't even going front. He said this, I think, in 2015. He said not only is Danny a gatekeeper, all them dudes is trash. Before we got here, that's what Alexis, he's like, yo, all them dudes is, bruh, all them guys. And it's like, yo, when you really look at it, come on, B, Keith Thurman. Your highlight is Danny Garcia. That's the crown jewel. That's the shit in the. I got that Danny Garcia when if hell freezes over and the sky falls, I still beat Danny Garcia.
Well, you know, according to Earl Spence, Danny Garcia is the best counter puncher in boxing. Or something.
Yeah, right.
So he got in there with Terrence Crawford.
Yeah. Right.
Yo, when I heard that shit, I thought he was playing.
Yo,
like,
that ass, I was like, what? What?
Fucking hilarious.
I didn't pay
the
much
best
attention to
counterpuncher is Danny Garcia.
I didn't pay much attention because I knew he was full of shit.
That's when you knew that it was over.
The other thing, Julius, you can make this up. Stephen Fulton went to Japan and he got beat in dominant fashion. And this is a proof that most of the time it's not the fighters to blame, it's the PBC. Because what did Floyd Mayweather did after that? They start talking about, it has to be tested. They cannot give the motherfucker this credit.
No, I have a question. Wait, before, and this is the other thing that didn't get asked. I'm glad you brought that up, Leo, because this is the thing that doesn't get asked. Hey, how come VADA almost never announces PBC fighter tests the way they announce matchroom tests?
Thank you.
Thank you. Tests. And this is not some shit that me, the content creator, I'm making it up. You could literally go to VADA's Twitter page and you'll barely see anything about the PBC. So Floyd, before you worry about Inouye getting tested, why don't you test your own fucking fighters, bro? Does Javante do VADA? Because I don't remember never hearing about him doing no VADA.
Jules, you know what's funny about that? I mean, Floyd's criticizing, and he says, you need, one of two things. One, he's saying, like, you need to fight in the U.S. Well, he's done that 3 times. Where the hell were you while you're not paying attention? Then the second thing, he needs to fight in the U.S. Well, Floyd, to my recollection, you never left the U.S.
And look, and this is my thing. Look, and this is my thing. See, because I'm not a hater. Floyd, I know why you didn't fight outside the U.S. Fiscally, that wouldn't have made no sense. if you getting all this goddamn money here, why would you, right? But guess what? He knew he is not like you. How do I know? He get crazy, crazy for a bantamweight, crazy because bantamweights don't be getting M's. He gets M's, right? He could sit there in Japan all fucking day. He don't need to come. Like he really don't need to come
He
here.
never needs to. No matter who he fights, he never needs to come to Japan.
That
I mean,
dude
and
don't need
he's
to-
probably
Oh, he
he's
sure
probably, he's
doesn't.
probably the highest earning. Yeah,
That dude never needed when he fought Baloney Maloney in fucking the bubble. He didn't fucking need to come here for that. He could have did that shit over there. When he
Nah.
fought Das Marinas, the Filipino guy that he killed him with the body shot.
Yep,
He
didn't have to do that
need
either.
to come. He had to do that. The fuck?
I mean, but honestly, I think he's probably the highest earning lower weight fighter since Prince Nassim. Could we
He
real
gotta
that?
be. He gotta be.
Gotta be.
Even because Nassim was getting M's back 20 years ago. And that was
Because bantamweight, you know them divisions, Jay.
Mhm.
Guys don't make a lot of money
Nope,
at them
they
weight.
don't.
Like even
They don't.
really good guys don't like. Nah, they don't be making. This dude making M's at fucking 118 and
How much he just give
122.
for that Fulton fight? Like almost $5 million at least.
I think he got like 4 or 5 mil. I think
Yeah.
Fulton got like 3, and he got like 4 or 5.
Yep.
And he's just supposed to leave to Japan to come over here and fight in America and make how much exactly, man? Floyd has been problematic for some time, man. This is the same dude who was going around saying it's too many belts, but you've allowed your only fighter that you seem to promote to walk around with a baby belt for I don't know how many years, bro. And the fact that I don't get how, like America isn't the golden standard for boxing in this day and age. What's happening in the UK?
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Not anymore. It's sickening because these fighters now feel like they feel that they are some sort of superstar talent because they're from America, that they're entitled. I can't go over there and fight you in your hood. You know what I'm saying? It's
what corrected the strangest thing about it is the irony that you so proud of American boxing and American boxers, but let's be honest, look at how you treating Bud. Look at how you treating Bud. That's crazy. Like to me, to see that is like, wow, like that shit is crazy because if he were from the UK, Japan, Mexico, if he was from fucking Argentina, any other country besides this one, they would say, yo, this is one of the greatest fighters we ever saw.
That was the most accomplished American fighter in boxing, the other being Clarissa Shields.
Well, that's what makes zero sense. I mean, Bud is the pinnacle of what they want their fighters to be, and they hating on the man and, backing these fighters that are less than him, and it makes zero sense. I mean,
think about the boot shit. These motherfuckers love some shoe boots. Oh, boots. Boots. Fuck Crawford, right? Fuck him. 3 division, 2-time lineal, 3-time Ring Magazine. I just 3-time lineal. 3-time Ring Magazine, 2-time Undisputed, right? Right? Fuck him, cause shoe boots beat Villa. I love some boots. I
was just into it with a guy today, man, and I'm explaining to him. Bud has a 100% KO ratio in the division. Boots went 12 with an unheralded 41st rank. Karen. That dude was 41 in the division, ranked number 41. And you couldn't get rid. Virgil Ortiz got rid of a higher ranked opponent than Michael McKinson. None of y'all talk about Virgil.
Trying to tell you. Look. I was early. Shit. Fucking echo. Listen, motherfucker told me, Shakur Stevenson ain't got the footwork for Javante. Brody, Javante needed 12 rounds for Gamboa. Gamboa had one good leg. It took you 12 rounds to knock him out.
But right quick, still, you hit the nail on it because Jules, I told you about this before because like after Boots went the distance with Karen, like I poked fun at Twitter for Boots doing that, right? Then of course I got a Boots fanboy talking about like, Karen is actually good. I actually picked Boots to go to this. I'm like, you fucking liar.
You a liar. And that's when the shit. That's why you think I'm like that. They're like when I'm on Twitter, yo, for real. I don't even want to talk boxing. I am here to get the news, get the clippings, see what's going on. I don't even want to talk boxing because motherfuckers will say anything now.
You got random motherfuckers stalking your timeline.
You got righty getting mad at me because the girl got hit with a brick face or the brick face.
Yo, that guy's been going crazy. Yo, he's been going at you and Drew for the past 4 or 5 days.
Really?
Nonstop, bro.
For real?
Like, I don't know.
Nonstop, bro.
Yo, I'm fucking flattered. Hey, thanks for the free publicity, righty.
I would
I
be
know
mad
he's just trying to grow his new
I'd be mad too if I'm in a shithole like fucking Detroit and there's no sun, there's no hot chicks.
Well, I mean, I ain't gonna say it ain't no hot chicks.
Alicia from Detroit, ain't she?
Yeah.
You? So I ain't gonna say that. Look,
10 minutes from the beach. I'm happy over here.
Look, I ain't mad at you, Drew. I'm just saying that guy, like, I don't even understand how, because we don't cross paths.
He's trying to grow his new account on Twitter. That's all. That
shit ain't.
Yo, he's beefing with Broadway Joella now.
Yeah, I saw. He tried to do like the "I made you" shit. He was like, "Yo, where were you before me?" You didn't have like. I was like, "Yo, this dude is crazy."
I know A-Side Boxing Talk told him like, "Bro, I've been around you. You're not like that."
Damn.
I mean, you gotta, but see, I think that some things go without saying. A dude at that age,
but that guy's retarded too. I hate that.
Bro, dude, listen, I am 40, right? I am not gonna explain myself, right? So I'm saying that a dude that's 40-something years old and you sitting online doing all that shit, and let's be real, we know what it's about. It's because Errol got his ass beat. You ain't been the same since that.
You can't handle the truth.
Keep it a buck. Dudes like that wasn't around on your block because they didn't go outside.
Bro, that's an inside. I'm telling you, look, based on what I see in my Interpol training, my CIA, all my shit, that's an inside person. Because you are bugging the fuck out off this internet shit.
Is that an inside person, or if they outside, they go to the store for you?
It's not an inside. I'm telling you, that's an inside person, bro. The way that dude, you could tell you be on the internet too much. You forgetting about the real world and how you behave in the real world because you on the internet so much. I'm talking about that's that, like, and yeah, that's a real thing. Like, I could recognize it. You know why? Because I'm old. If I were younger, I probably wouldn't be able to tell. But I'm old. I mean, I grew up. There was no internet.
I'm younger.
No, that's because you be around me, Michael. So I put the old spirit energies on you and shit, so you could be wise and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, fam, how you going to tell? And look, I respect Joel Grind. I personally could never dedicate myself to a specific affiliation, even my own, because I'm Dominican too. But I can't just focus. I could never do that. I respect his grind. Like, yo, he really doing it big for the Oyes. Shout out to Joel, right? And how you gonna try to take credit for his grind? That man is literally getting on planes and trains to be at fights, to see these guys, to see Puello, to see fucking.
I made you. You wouldn't be nothing without.
I seen that shit, yo. I seen that shit, and I'm like, no, Julius, stay out of it. Let's stay.
Because that's what they want, Jules. Like I told you in the deal, like they want that engagement, that acknowledgement.
Exactly.
I felt like Goku, like, you know when Goku comment. I felt like Goku, bro. Like, I was like,
he's trying to grow his new Twitter account. That's all it is.
You gotta do all that to grow Twitter. You can't just
yo, bro,
be yourself.
That lets me know there's no readily available pussy for you when you do shit.
Nah, not if you gotta grow your Twitter. Hey, grow.
If he acts like this,
will be okay.
If he acts like this,
give me some knob, and let that grow. I ain't worried about Twitter. Are you crazy?
If he acts like this after Spence lost, could you imagine when Tank loses? He might actually be on.
Oh my god!
Well, I said that, and we had this conversation a few weeks ago that Tank losing would be worse than Errol because they have so little left. Wilder's on his way out. Wilder's on his way out. That dude is damn near 40.
Hey, motherfuckers would be jumping off buildings and shit, man.
No, they got boots.
Keith might as well be retired. You feel me? Like, Keith, you fought once in the last 4 years, bro.
Oh, God.
If you ain't retired, you could have fooled me. You know what I'm saying? Danny,
you see that
who
video
the-
I sent you? I sent you where the guy is banging his head on the car.
Oh yeah, I seen
Yeah,
that shit,
see that was his live reaction to the fight, bro.
bro. I wish I could have watched. I wish I could see his face.
I wish I could see his
When
face, bro.
Crawford scored that first knockdown, that boop. Ooh,
I know his
wish
heart
Did
dropped.
y'all see
Oh,
Michael
that would've
Parsons?
been
Y'all
great.
see Michael Parsons? Y'all see Michael Parsons?
I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. Like that fight at the time that it happened, it's a bi-yearly celebration that we have up here called Omaha Day. That fight just so happened to land on Omaha Day, and they had a
Oh,
big
that's great.
yeah.
That's
And
great, man.
what was so dope about it is they showed like it's a celebration of Black Omaha, 24th and Lake. They showed it. They had this big ass projector screen on one of the spots. I think on like Fair Deal, right behind Fair Deal on 24th and Lake. And they had this big ass projection outside, and it was just flooded with the natives down there watching that fight. And I lost my voice being down there in that action because the energy was so hype.
That's how you know. Listen, God works, and I feel the Holy Spirit. I feel it.
Hallelujah.
God works, and because y'all did that man dirty, and I said it for y'all did that man dirty. Y'all tried to take his name and bury it in shit, and pee on it, and fuck with him, and it's like everything aligned to where Errol. What's your alternative, Errol? You got to do this. You got to do this. And you could have did this sooner. The worst shit about it is, Errol, you could have, if he would have did it in reverse. I said this the day of the fight. If Errol was smart, if you would have fought Crawford then, I guarantee he still would have lost, but he would have put up a better fight, right? And this is before you fought Sean, before you fought Danny, before all of that, right? And if you would have fought Bud then, it would have been better because you could have rebounded with those guys.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
could have
fact.
rebounded with them.
Still like that holiday, like on 7/29, y'all should do fish fry on that day too.
We did. No. We that was the theme of the night. We having a big fish fry. That was the theme for that night.
The Lord works in mysterious, because I'm like, yo, it couldn't have been. And listen, I said it. You could look at all the lives we did. You could look at any video I did about it. For me, it was, I know Bud is gonna whoop his ass. I know that. It's not about that. It's I can't wait for Sunday. I can't.
Oh yeah, Jules.
It's still Sunday today. It's still because we're still banging on these.
You and me were saying
No, that next day was great, man, because they were so fucking silent.
It wasn't about the fight. I'm like, bro, I've known that Bud will destroy this man.
I was not worried at all.
For 5 years, I wouldn't see. I'll put it this way. I'm more nervous for Zhang right now than I was for Bud. I'm more nervous.
Damn.
I'm just saying. That was no. In other words, look. I'm saying that I was so confident that I'm like, bro, it is not about. I know what's about to happen. I have known. I feel the same way about Shakur and Javante. Like, bro, I know what would have happened if you push Shakur. I know what would have happened.
Jules, the only caveat to that is we didn't know it was going to be that easy.
No, I
thought I said it.
Didn't know it was going to be that fast because to me, I've been watching Bud for a gajillion years. I figure at round 4, that's when he's going to start to stick it to him. Round 3, round 4, because he always take 1 or 2 rounds. Like, okay, let me see what he has.
Nope, all he needed was one.
In round 2, he is already fucking you up, bro.
It was all over my Twitter for the last 2-3 years. Bud's gonna make it look easy.
I was of the mind state that he should have fought him out of the conventional stance because you know how it is, the lead foot positioning and all that. I thought Earl would be a lot more effective early on in the fight, and he had slow feet. So had he cut that circle jab and spun him to his left hand or to his lead right hand, create that angle, Earl doesn't have the dexterity to get up under the shot or get around the shot.
I've been saying it for 5 years. Bud, and what's crazy to me is that Bud didn't make the decision until the ring walk.
Yeah.
I said Bud is gonna come out southpaw. Why? Errol is no good with south. He's not used to that. He's used to having that advantage over the orthodox fighter. He's not used to dealing with it. When the last time he fought a southpaw? Chris Van Heerden?
I was more surprised how Inoue dominated Fulton than Bud.
Yes,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
I
that was a
thought
surprise too.
I had
Yeah.
Inouye winning. I picked Inouye to win, but I went with points. I didn't know if the power was really gonna all the way carry to where he stopped him. So I agree with that. That surprised me more how
It
one
did.
sided that was than this shit. And
He
it's
obliterated that dude.
You know what it was?
Yeah,
You know,
he
I think
cool boy up. I mean,
Hey, you know
really
what
was
though?
pissed
What
about
I
the
like, hey,
allegations.
Cool Boy ain't taking off that Rolex that he got with that Anouye payday since he
I'm
got
not mad,
it.
because those is war stripes. Like the shit is, they look. These guys create a culture where the fighter can't lose, and that is bullshit. That's not us doing that.
You
That's
learn in
those
losses.
guys.
You learn from
So
losses.
it's
I
boring
don't.
when you do it that
I
way.
don't
It's
care if Cool Boy
boring.
lost. I respect him, man. I got mad respect for him because he went over there and actually fought. You know,
The way
he didn't have to.
like, and it's been that way. I'm gonna say, listen. For example, right? Gary was never beloved. Why? Because they treated him like dirt for losing to Loma. They held it against. They did. They held it against them. They did. Like it's not. And I already see what it is. It's like, see, you are not watching sports. All right. You in a different place with this shit to where you not watching sports. It's simple. The kid don't gotta be trash because he lost the fight. Now, if people saying he was hyped up, it's not because of something he did. It's because of the shit you said. You
And
trash
you
this
know
guy.
what?
It can't just be Fulton is a good champion and he knew he is a good. It can't just be that. He knew he's a piece of shit. He's a hype job.
He's a cheat.
Most, you know what? Most all the great fighters throughout history all have lost either when they were early in their career or even later, but they all became better from the losses and really still became great. You gotta lose in order to be, I mean that's it's part of the sport. It happens. You don't learn if you don't lose.
And
I mean,
a lot of those I mean, you look at Lennox, you look at Tyson, both of them niggas got knocked the fuck out. They got knocked the fuck out. Tyson went on to become a champion again. Lennox went on to become undisputed. What the fuck are we talking about?
Look at Tommy Hearns.
After the Buster Douglas, he beat the fuck out of Frank Bruno. He
Badly.
beat the fuck out of Tony
Razor.
Tucker. He beat the fuck out of Bruce. Like it's
Bruce
not like he
took a
never
dive.
won. It's not like he never won a fight after the Buster Douglas fight. He still won belts after that.
I'll keep it a buck. The fans there were a little bit more educated. We got dudes thinking that Errol was going to run through Bud because he went 12 with Mikey Garcia and showed that he could box.
But that's the other shit. Let me say this. See, that's why I realize something that where a lot of them guys is at right now, right? They in a 12-year-old place in the sense that, you just gonna say anything for the get back. Like it's like talking to a child when I'm like, fam, if you was smart, just look at that and realize that the other guys were right and you were wrong. And you need to pay more attention because the shit that I've been saying about Errol is not no new secret shit. He been had heavy feet. He been had. That's why Brooke kept hitting him with that orthodox jab. And I said it then in 2017. I'm like, it's a little bit weird to me that Errol, you the southpaw, but he is out jabbing you in these early rounds, Errol. That's not supposed to be happening. Your jab is supposed to be coming over the top of his, and he is nailing you with his shit in these early rounds. I don't like that.
I think the writing was more so on the wall in the Sean Porter fight. We really saw how bad his feet were when he was just able to come in low, neutralize his jab, spinning, pin him to the rope, spin him off of the rope. I was like, hey, yeah, that's when I knew that's not no 50-50 fight with Bud, man.
It was a glaring example that if you look at the guys that handle Sean, I'm going to take Bud out of it, even though that's another fight that I was right about. I'm going to take Bud out of it. Brooke handled Sean better than Errol. Why? Errol has heavy feet. Why you think when Sean wanted to get in, he got in? Errol don't fight. Errol, look, it's a trade-off. If you gonna sit on your punches all the time, like Errol do, because that's what he do, he sit on his punches. Yeah, you're gonna have heavy feet though, because it's a trade-off. Now, if you fight on the balls of your feet, well, no, you're not gonna have as much power, but you'll have mobility. Errol has never been no mobile move, lateral, back foot fighter. He has never been that. He has always been a slow-footed guy that plants his feet. He always been there. It's never been different, which is why I'm like, yo, y'all think
just like Danny Garcia.
Y'all think
Facts,
this? You
facts.
really think this shit is about weight? And I'm like, see, it would take for Bud to go up there and whoop his ass again, and you know what'll happen? Y'all still won't give
No,
credit.
they never
Won't.
will.
They're
Never
not
will.
gonna do that.
Not
I
gonna
think
get
I think it's Jules. You said like
motherfucking Zile Zhang got quicker feet than fucking Errol.
for real.
Real.
I mean,
That,
because Jules, you
because
said Inoue haters like call him a hype job and right and say he's a top ranked hype job. Okay, well, why if that's true, if you really believe that, why didn't Fulton win?
Yeah,
yeah.
because
facts.
at the end
Why
of
did
the
he win?
day, it's not
Because he's a
about
PBC fighter.
it's not
Thank you.
about boxing that these guys care about, bro. These guys fall in love with the fighters. Like the fighters that don't even know them, they literally they want to fuck these fighters, bro. That's all it is.
I said that they're like. I mean, I just say I've been saying that. Look, I've been saying this shit. Errol is like, look, I ain't gonna knock him, right? He do what he want to do with his life, but that dude is sweet.
The way
All
that
the
nigga be
yellow,
eating
Now
the
his
all the
fans
strawberries.
yellow
want
Beezy shit.
Frank
I mean,
Frank.
listen, all them videos with Yellow Beezy and all of that.
Yo, he's
Come on,
fruity,
B.
bro. He's fruity as
Come
hell.
on, be like, I don't be hugged up on my meat. Like, huh? Like, what the fuck y'all doing? Be like, and it's just, and you know, and you do your thing, you know, do your thing. But I feel that, yo, a lot of these guys, the love affair they got is because they sweet too.
No,
They want
bro,
that truth.
they they want that truth, bro.
Listen, they want
How
Errol to
many of
keep
them,
it,
Jules?
Michael,
How
they want
many of
Errol
them
to
would
keep it
trade?
long.
They
Michael,
do.
How
keep it
many of
long.
them would trade
They
spots
want
with Yellow
Errol to hit him
Beezy?
with a Ferrari, bro.
Yeah. They want Errol to bring it over and keep it long.
But that's
That's
sick.
it.
That's sick.
They
Sick,
fucking
man.
they love that
Y'all sick,
picture of
man.
they love that picture of Errol kissing Yellow Beezy.
You know what I'm
That shit is
saying?
dope.
The video of Errol kissing Yellow Beezy, bro. Why was he trying to kiss him, bro? Why? I still
Was
don't
Yellow
know.
Bro,
Beezy
you
at the
know,
fight?
bro,
Was he
you
at the
know
fight?
why,
That's the
bro.
same reason fucking Broner was kissing Tank.
Same
Yo.
reason Chavez was wearing them heels with that little ass book bag, bro. Hey, motherfucker. Same reason.
Talk.
Was Yellow Beezy at the fight?
Don't
Did he
do
go to
that
Spence
shit,
Crawford?
man. That song is fucking annoying as hell. How y'all doing, niggas? How y'all
Yo, the
doing
last
today?
Good,
thing,
good.
listen, I happen to see that shit. There go Mike
Motherfucking
with
Chris
the
with the
Chris
fucked up
Mike.
mic.
there go Mike
Chris
with
with the fucked up mic.
yo.
Oh, Jules, dead ass. I was so close to saying that the next day, but I stopped myself right here. Fuck the dog.
Hey man, what the fuck up? Like, listen. Yo, come on, Chris. What the fuck, bro?
You had a good run, Julius.
Word right. You know what I'm saying? The point is that, like, look, the fixation that they had is irrational because what I notice about them is
Emotional.
whether you talking about Errol or you talking about Javante, we all sports fans. So even if there's things that we don't agree on, there should always be one thing that we agree on, that we want to see these fights. You know, like that should be the middle ground for all of us. They're like, yeah, you should want Javante to fight Shakur. If you believe in him and all that cool shit, yeah, you should want him to fight Shakur. In fact, you should be asking him to fight Shakur because Devin is gone. Went up to 140. Teofimo went to 140. They not at 135 no more. Shakur is right there, right? Nobody really hyped to see Javante fight Loma anymore because we know Loma's coming towards the end, bro. That fight is not even what it was. But Shakur is there, right? You unbeaten, he's unbeaten. You with Southpaw, he's Southpaw.
Let me tell you this though. Javante now would entertain that Loma fight. And the funny thing is,
because he knows he probably feels he could beat him. That's why.
He still wouldn't beat him. He still wouldn't beat him at all. He still wouldn't.
To be real, you know why I agree with Chris? Because there's no way an elite level fighter is going to need 12 rounds to knock out Gamboa. Not off a torn Achilles tendon. That's really what kind of the journeyman dude that he fought knocked him out in 7 rounds, and he had 2 good feet that night. Javante with you, he not only was his shoes literally falling apart in the ring. Remember, his shoes was falling apart in the ring, but he tore his Achilles tendon in the ring. And I'm like, fam,
that's terrible,
bro.
How you supposed to be this and that, and you going?
Let me tell you something.
Roberto Duran ain't losing rounds to Rolly Romero.
Yeah, like
Duran gets touched up
Roberto
by.
Duran doesn't go rounds with Rolly Romero, bro. He goes one round.
The
I think
speed,
like
where's
I
that
like
video at? The
how
footwork.
do
Am I lying? Where's that video? The
Now I'll be
footwork.
right back. Now I'll be right back. Y'all hold it down.
All
But
right.
this is what I was gonna say. This is what I was gonna say. Yo, Drew, don't ever tag me with some fucking ice cream and fucking fried plantains the fuck
They
again.
said they hey, yo,
Wait.
no. They said it was the Haitianest shit ever. I just need to
No,
come.
first of all, that's not Haitian. That's not Haitian.
Not at all. No, for the two resident Haitian motherfuckers on this panel,
That is
we
not Haitian.
respect that. We
That's
never
not
say.
Haitian.
We never say.
But wait, Chris, with the
What?
flavors, the sweet plantains, all right, the sweet banana and ice
Mhm.
cream and French vanilla ice cream, that might work, bro. That might work.
Nah.
I'd
Because
be open to trying it.
my ego and pride won't just allow that shit to
I'd be
happen.
open to
You're
trying it.
offending Chris's Haitian senses, man. Stop it.
My
No,
ego,
bro, that's not. That's not.
my ego and pride wouldn't allow
At
it.
the end of
No,
the
my
day,
ego.
at the end of the day, banana is just a vegetable, bro.
Bro, but
So,
they disrespected us on some wild disrespect shit. We
yeah,
all
I
know
don't know
that.
why they said the
That,
Haitianest thing ever, bro. I've never seen
that
that
was
my whole
wild.
life.
That was wild disrespect. Like I
Never
was
seen that my
triggered.
whole life.
I
That's
was
not the most
triggered.
Haitian.
Yo, that shit triggered the fuck out of me. Yo, and Drew knows what to do and what fucking post to find to tag me and fuck
Yo,
with me like
yo,
that.
Drew,
Drew,
bro, my seafood's mid, bro. Stop it.
nah.
I need
But
that conch
now,
stew though, bro. I need that conch stew though. Come on, bro.
yeah. But what I was gonna say about your conversation prior to me getting in, yo, we are all objective sport fans here, and when we have to deal with these people, you're not dealing with someone who's as cerebral as us and someone who's as level-headed as us. So
Exactly.
I just advise us not to even speak to these type of people and just watch them consistently suffer. We should
But
watch them
That's a
it's
consistently.
fact. That's a fact.
it's them that ruined the sport, though.
I
It's
know
that,
that's them that ruins the sport,
the,
but we
the,
have
the
to
way these
understand.
fighters get away with all this bullshit is because they actually have a following that backs them. Like
Hmm.
the fact that Tank and Ryan was able to do 1.2 million, but then
Nasty work.
That was
Loma
bro.
and Haney was able to do 125,000. Like that's disgusting
That's
to me, bro.
that's nasty
That's
work.
disgusting
But,
to me.
but it's a microcosm of North America. You being in Canada, which is America light, and me being in America proper. We see it like this, right? A lot of the time, the dude who's really that dude who puts in the work is confident in himself, and who's that guy who just exudes that nigga is never really going to be loved like that. Like
Hmm.
real talk. Like Devin Haney is a confident kid. Say whatever you want. Oh, he's cocky.
But
Yada
yeah,
yada
bro, he's
yada.
big
Oh,
stepper. He's
Mayweather.
actually a big stepper.
Yeah, but at
Yeah.
the end of the day, he puts his money where his mouth is, and people don't like that because they don't have the skill. A lot of these people are under this humility spell because humble is a bad word. Because I really broke it down like this. OG said to me is this: humble is to think lowly of yourself. And I understand in certain respects you're supposed to think lowly of yourself if we're talking about a deity, if we're talking about other things. But amongst people, if you put in the work, you put in the
All I'm
time,
saying is, bro,
you don't cheat.
the
You're not
footwork,
supposed to feel humble.
the
You're supposed to feel,
speed,
hey, I'm that
Mm.
dude
the
because I put in the
action.
work. But like the funny thing is this: we got people who don't put in the work, who do all this weirdo shit, and they get exalted for the weirdo shit that they do, and they don't even put in half the work. Like, yo, look at it. We people are giving Adrian Broner energy because of all the weirdo shit he's done outside of the ring instead of the shit he's did
Oh,
in the ring. And that's just a
oh,
microcosm of the sport.
it's very simple to
That-
me. When I see people act like this, I assume it's because you just want to fuck him, bro. That's all it is. Because I can,
Yeah, well,
because I,
it's
because
what
honestly,
prompted
bro,
Broner to say, "You
honestly,
want
bro,
these draws?"
I can never dick ride this hard, bro. I can never dick ride that hard. I'm a fan
Bro,
of
I can't.
boxing first,
I'm
bro.
a
I'm a
kid.
fan
I
of
don't think it's a.
boxing first.
I don't think it's necessarily the sport in totality. It's one particular demographic of people who watch a particular flagship that the toxicity
No,
comes from.
it just
Hey,
depends on
hey,
the fighter because they got the same kind of people for Tyson Fury.
hey, guys! I
I
just
stand
said,
corrected. I
what,
stand corrected. I stand
what,
corrected.
what, What my bro? What's your name from Omaha, bro? Shout out to you.
Still Mills, what's the business?
Hail Mills, what's up, bro? My name Chris from
Peace,
LA.
God.
And my man's went to sparred with Bud in his camp for the postal fight, and then Tyrone James. So I rock with Bud. So I got people close to him. But my thing
Salute.
is this: a lot of these people couldn't do this back in the day because the fighters that they fought actually fought. They actually did what they wanted them to do. But let's really be honest. This level of dysfunction and psychopathy has been latent and has been festering for years now. And
Yeah.
it's only come out because the fighters now are not as good and is not as active as the other fighters back in the day. Let me tell you something. As long as there's been people to root for, there's been sycophantish dick riders out there.
It's
It
worse
was
Absolutely.
nowadays. It's worse nowadays,
Nah,
bro.
it's worse now
It's worse.
Three
because
times as
it's
worse.
Social
dick
media
Social
riding.
shit.
media.
Look,
It's social media.
the shit is really is social media, but I'm gonna say that snitching being normalized is what opened that door to all this up. Yeah,
What does
believe
snitching have to do with
snitching,
it?
That's a
snitching,
fact. That's a fact.
snitching
but
opened that door because well, if it's okay for you to rat, it's okay for you to do anything. It's
Hmm.
okay for you to be a dick rider. It's okay for you to be a I still see I'm still man down. Man, you still fucking got sugar in
Yeah,
your
you
gas tank.
down all
I'm
right.
still
Oh,
man down.
it's
so
man
Still
down
so
booty.
Jules,
Oh, yo, did
so
you guys see the rumor?
Hey, by the
what?
way, the brother from Nebraska, welcome to the channel and the panel, brother. We're happy to have you on, man.
Oh man, likewise, man. I've been watching y'all for some time, man. I
No,
fuck with
shut
y'all.
up.
Stay
You
up and
guys get
down.
a room with that shit.
Oh, you get a
Shut up,
room, you
Drew.
lonely
Shut up,
bastard.
Drew. Shut up, Drew.
nah, this
Shut up.
now one
You
guy I
gotta
want
get
to
a
talk
room, you
about.
lonely bastard.
One guy I want to talk about is William Zepeda. I like what I saw with Hester. I
He
like what
he
I see,
he
but
fools
I don't.
Frank Martin. He
But I
fools.
don't have no. Yeah, but I don't have no illusions about what he is either. I don't have no illusions about what.
He
He's a pressure
annihilates Frank
he's a
Martin.
I'm gonna
pressure
give you
fighter,
two
but let me
names. I'm gonna give you two names that I think is probably could be right. It depends. Could be wrong for him. Javante is one.
yeah, I was gonna
Tio
say that.
Teofimo is the other. You
But
can't.
Tio's at
Uh,
40. That
And
guy
but
and
but
that
and
but
is
Shakur.
but
Are you forgetting
Chris,
about
put it
Shakur?
this way: if he can't get nothing going at 35, where's he gonna go?
you think he
Wait,
gonna go up to
Jules. I
40?
think you're
Real
forgetting about
quick,
40's like
real quick,
Shakur.
Jules. Do you even trust Golden Boy to move? He shouldn't be fighting in no fucking tent in L.A.
I'm
at all.
saying, bro, but that's my point. Golden Boy don't got nobody of note for him to fight. They don't have
At all.
nobody for him to
They're
fight.
still
No
building
one.
So,
up the kid Austin, kid Floyd Schofield.
but look, this if I'm Oscar, I wouldn't want to make Schofield versus Zepeda. I would not want that. That's a long term investment to me, especially Schofield because he looked like because he young, he could probably go to 40 and 47 because he real big for 35 and he's mad young.
Uh,
I don't want to make Schofield versus Zepeda. So I would say, if anything, the guy I would want to put in a ring with Zepeda, whether it's 35 or 40, but presumably 40 because that's where he is now, is Devin. One
Oh, he
guy
moved up to 40?
that,
I thought he was at 35 still.
bro, Devin is about to fight Prograde. Where you been
Oh,
at?
I thought you were
He
talking
thought you
about
was talking
Zepeda.
about Williams Zepeda moved up to 40.
No,
That's
no,
what he.
no. I'm saying that if I'm
Gotcha, bro.
Oscar, you could look at it now, bro. What big fight is Oscar gonna get him? What big fight?
Ryan
At,
Garcia, he's not. He's still Golden Boy, ain't he? You wouldn't
yeah,
put him.
you know why? You know why you wouldn't do that? Because he figured, look, Ryan get money, but Oscar's model for Ryan is not dissimilar from what you see with Javante. He getting
Mhm.
money already. He popular already. I don't want to. I don't want to get him hurt. You know, and I do think Zepeda would hurt him, bro.
All
He would
right,
hurt
cool,
him.
cool. 'Cause that,
He
yeah,
would
They'd
hurt
build. They'd
him,
rather
bro.
build to the Lopez Garcia fight at 40 than fuck it up with Zepeda.
Like I
No,
would
no, no,
say,
no. Let me tell you something. Yo,
stylistically, the guy that I think Zepeda beats stylistically, even though obviously Zepeda doesn't have his resume, though they do share a common opponent. Stylistically, the guy I think he would beat is Devin.
Oh,
Now let me ask
He's a
you.
southpaw and he's aggressive and he throws
at
both mad
140.
punches. I think.
At
Yeah, I think
140.
so. I
So
think.
you know
I
what
think.
I think, bro? He's not gonna let you breathe. Where you trying to stay behind your jab and move and all that, he's not gonna let you breathe, bro. And you're gonna
Man,
get tired. You're gonna
So,
can
And you
we
so,
don't
at
got
least
enough
see
to keep
Devin
him
looking
at
at
off you.
140
the,
before you start saying hot takes like that, bro?
I
Yeah,
don't
that's
think
a
that's
fact.
a hot take when you
It's
got
not.
hurt
That's a
by. I
hot
don't think
take.
that's a hot take when you got hurt by Jorge Linares. I don't think that's a
Jorge
hot
can
At that
Bro,
take.
punch,
he's been
stage.
bro.
At that
struggling to
Jorge,
make
stage.
weight,
Jorge can
bro.
punch.
And
He
He's
can
Big,
punch.
y'all listen what he's saying. He's telling the truth. Loma didn't give Haney a chance to think in there, and Haney's like, man, he got me figured out. What the fuck you think Cepeda gonna do with his volume?
Look at Loma little ass shoulders, bro. That dude's shoulders is mad little. This is a
But you
full
gotta remember,
blown
you got yeah.
135, bro. This is not a guy who used to campaign at featherweight. This is a
oh,
big 135.
you
I
say
We
really
have
think
hot
I
take,
think it
hot take,
that's not a hot take, bro.
hot
I don't
That's
think
take.
it
not a
is
hot
neither.
take.
I don't think it is.
Take,
I
take.
felt like I was suffocating watching that fight last week. The way he was swarming Nestor, man, I was like, God damn! You saw the look of
Yeah.
duress in his face, trying to get away. Like, yo, get this nigga the fuck up off me, man! And he just
Exactly. He
like
from one end to the ring to the other, he would
just
not leave. And
talking
I
him.
give this to William. He know how to cut off the ring. You could see it that
Mhm.
it wasn't no dumb shit like nah, he's on you, he's in position to punch, and he's getting off 3-4 punches at a time. Every time he pin you down, 3-4 punches at a time with a body shot. I'm like,
And
Devin
one
And
thing
don't
I
got
noticed, I mean, if
Devin
William
don't
wants you
got
on
the
the ropes,
stuff
he'll
for
put you
that.
there. He'll put
he's
you on ropes if he wants you on the ropes.
Yeah,
he's competent defensively as well, man. Like usually offensive fighters like that, they'll
They
take a few
face
to get it.
first.
No, he's
They
rolling and
face
running up under shots and all of that and countering
Exactly.
effectively.
He's slipping, he rolling, he catching, he's shooting. Like it's not like
he's
and I did a video on it. When you compare, they're both pressure guys, Isaac and William. What's the difference? Isaac has no jab. He doesn't move his head either. He's just short. Don't confuse him being short and fighting at a crouch to him moving his head and staying off the line. He doesn't really do that. The most he does is when he goes for the loop and right, he leans off to the left. But all right, that's your defense. All right, I'm gonna lean to the left to bring over the right. That's it.
He's
Other than that,
buns.
he's ass. Like yeah, Isaac is ass, bro. Like
But I gotta ask you guys
okay,
this
Julius,
question.
but
Isaac sucks.
wouldn't be wise, Julius, to actually see Devin Haney versus Regis Progress
Regis is nothing. Regis is nothing. See, this is look. It's not the power. It's not the power, right? Stylistically, that fight favors Devin. As strange as that sounds,
Yeah,
Regis Prograis versus Devin Haney favors Devin. Why? Regis is a counterpuncher. He's waiting for you to put 3-4 punches together so he could get in on the third one.
So he can punch in inside of that. But I gotta
Exactly.
ask you.
Devin is
I
only
gotta ask
going to
you guys
throw
this.
1 and 2 punches at a time, bro. He's not going to give you nothing to counter.
He can lead as well though. He can lead the dance as well.
Yeah, if it's Tyrone
But if he lead,
McKenna, if he fighting
yeah, but
Tyrone McKenna's and shit like that, then yeah. If he fighting Tyrone McKenna or Zepeda or another offensively minded fighter, then he can lead. But with a guy like Devin, I'm telling you, if he don't up the pressure, he's gonna lose.
And I think he's going up the pressure and it's going to force Devin to open up a little bit more. There goes your counter shots right there.
Like
and
I don't
what,
think
and what,
I think he has the power to knock Devin out? Absolutely I
oh
do.
fucking
But if you
Mookie.
don't throw, it ain't gonna matter. If you
I
don't
gotta
throw
ask
and
you.
if you don't let it ain't gonna matter.
I gotta ask you guys this question though, in regards to Regis program. We saw that ill-advised video of him struggling to make weight. So now, with that element added to it, yo, do you think Regis makes it on weight and comfortable against a guy that's coming up and doesn't have to cut those extra 5 pounds? And also, yo, what if Devin Haney somehow, some way gets that power back that he used to
Bro, now
have?
you just saying trading card and bubblegum shit, bro.
No, I'm not,
You
bro.
are.
I'm not because
Well, what if Devin Haney shoots a spirit bomb? What if Devin Haney throws a like, bro? Devin ain't had power. If he wins, it won't be a knockout. But I do see a way for him to win, and it's just, yo, who is that?
Who is being
Yeah,
tortured?
who's
Somebody
yelling in
being
the
tortured?
background,
Somebody being
man?
tortured or something?
I pressed mute. That's my wife calling my daughter. I'm gonna get my daughter together. I'm gonna mute my mic. My bad,
okay,
fellas. My bad. Love, shut up.
If Devin stays behind his jab and just stays behind his jab, take that half step back, bring over the occasional right, pop him, then move, he could win a boring decision, Chris. He
Yeah,
could win
bro.
a boring decision. I'm not.
I think this. I think ultimately, I think he can sting Regis a little bit. If
Come on,
Danilo
bro. He couldn't
Zorrillo
sting
can still,
Gamboa, bro.
bro,
I mean, if
like
Devin
he
is winning
said,
that fight, it's going to be on points.
Yeah.
Like, he's not
You
knocking out
can't.
Regis.
You know
He ain't
why
knocking
you
out
can't
Regis.
Do you know why you can't compare Devin? There's two primary differences between Devin and Zorrilla. Zorrilla's actually huge for 140.
yeah,
The
he
guy's
is. He's big
huge for
as
140.
he's big as fuck. And I'm
Two,
surprised
he
that he.
spent most of that fight moving around. Like, even though Devin is defensively responsible, he don't be on his bike that much, bro.
Nah.
That's a fact.
Not that
I'm su-
much.
I'm surprised Zorilla didn't fucking put up more of a fight against Regis, man. And I know Regis hits hard as fuck, bro, but that motherfucker is big as shit
Well,
at
didn't he
140.
score
Like,
a knockdown early
He
in
did.
that fight?
He did. He did.
That's probably
nah,
why.
nah.
Like that, he felt that power. Like, nah, I ain't gonna sit here with this guy, bro. He just knocked me
But he got a
down.
knockdown. He got a knockdown that wasn't cold too. So at the end of the day, when he landed that right hand, bro, we could see that. Hey, this big 140 motherfucker can punch.
But
Mhm.
you know what I think it is? It's always the same with the tall, lanky fighters. If they let that smaller fighter, if they let that little guy on the inside, they be fucked up. AJ
Yeah.
Ruiz. AJ Ruiz,
Yep.
like, yeah, on
Yep.
the inside, the little guy, because his arms are shorter, he could put them together faster. So Zorrilla know, nah, I ain't gonna sit in the pocket with this guy and punch with him. I'm gonna
I ain't
move.
gonna hold
Yep.
you.
Yep.
The
Fellas.
only person that
Right quick, fellas. Like,
okay.
could I make a confession? I really
Yep.
I really love me some Yokasta Valle.
Don't we all?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I
Who?
mean, like, look, I ain't,
All that
I
ass for
understand.
105 pounds. All that ass. Shout out to you,
That's
baby.
great. That is
Oh, that was
crazy though.
All
wild.
that.
No,
All
because
that.
that's true though. Like, that's crazy. That's only 105 pounds. That's like, wow.
All that it
Woo!
ass. You heard? All that
But
it ass,
I mean, I
boy.
ain't going.
She be
But
putting Ebony Bridges to shame at weigh-ins. So I'll be saying that much. But
look. Just going to say what I'm going to say is Sinicia will still fuck up though.
I know
Make
she
no
will.
So
mistake. Make no
what, bro? But
mistake.
Sinisha don't
But
got no ass like that.
but like the thing is, like
I hear
but
that.
dude. Even though I agree with you, right? Like, I don't want them to fight because then I'll be pissed at Sinisha for hurting my flower.
Well, I don't
Nah,
think
nah,
they.
that
I
ass.
mean, like,
I
being real,
respect what you
bro.
said,
They
man.
not going. Yo, I could tell you right now, they not going to fight.
No,
I don't
I
think.
know they won't. I
I
don't
don't
think so.
think they're
I don't
gonna
think so.
fight because Golden Boy not dumb. All they gotta do is keep putting Yokasta on undercards with girls like Santizo and shit, and they gonna wait for Sinicia to move up. It's a
Yep.
simple plan. Like, well, what we gonna send you to top rank to lose for? You just cool out right here, defend your belts, cool out right here. Unless because the other thing is, I don't know what top rank offered her, but I would guess Top Rank didn't offer her no 200,000. I don't think that. Nah, they
No.
probably offered her 100,000 to 125,000, right? And what
Yeah.
she make? She makes 75,000. Now, yeah, that's more than what you normally make, but it ain't that much more than you normally make. So for that, I'm like,
No.
nah, what the fuck I'm gonna lose my belts for that for?
Because
Fuck that.
Yokasta Valle even said oh, do the fight in Costa Rica. Okay, Cindy should go down there, knock her out, and take her belts. Then what's the problem? Yeah.
I mean, it
And
sounds easy enough.
Bob will send her ass over there. Like, go get that
He
money.
will. Yeah, go
Like
knock
he,
your brother out and take the belts. Go ahead.
Yeah, but
So,
the other
like,
shit is you going. Yeah, but Chris, you gonna go to another country for peanuts? Golden. See, shit sound good. Like, yeah, I fill out stadiums in Costa Rica. Okay, where's the offer? You want me to come to you, right? Where's the offer?
like the
Did you make an
Shakur
offer?
Stevenson shit. You know, it's
I could
funny.
tell you, I got inside people inside the camp. Motherfucking Golden Boy ain't making these shit no offer, fam. Nah, fam.
Jules got spies, bro. He got spies
Fuck, bro.
everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. That on the night, and I ain't even going front in the moment.
That shit sounded good. Like, yeah, you fill out theaters, I fill out state, and it is true that
It
she
is.
was
It
she
is.
wasn't
She ain't
lying.
lying.
Like,
She
yeah,
ain't lying.
she's a very
So she does have a
big
credible
name
claim
down
there.
there.
She does have a
But
credible
my
claim there.
but my thing is, if you don't make an offer to do it, what does it matter? What is
All
you
you
didn't
talking,
make an
you give,
I
offer
was
to
Tanisha. I
do it?
call
you
it
give.
bluff. I call it bluff. Okay, I'll go to Costa Rica. We can fight. They'll be
Okay,
listen.
make me
What
an
it do?
offer.
What it do?
Make me
Yeah.
an offer. If I gotta go to your country, okay,
Then
you
we'll know
gotta
if she's
pay to
serious or
play
not.
though.
I don't think she's serious already, but that'll tell us whether she's
I don't
serious.
think. I mean, I don't. Off top, I know she's not serious, and I
Mhm.
think that if anything, this past weekend fight is more reason that they not gonna fight because you could look that shit up. Sinisa made that shit look easy. Bing, knockout, easy. 4 rounds, easy. You won, but you hit this broad with that right hand like a
Mhm.
million times. She
I mean,
wasn't
but that
going
Yeah,
that's
no
that could
away.
be the
way.
age well because now
Put,
Fedora and Value couldn't stop her
put your
with the distance.
put
So
your big ass, squat down on your big ass and turn your fucking back leg and punch that
She
bitch
wasn't
properly.
listening. No, she wasn't listening to her corner. Her corner was telling her, look, use the right for the body to open her up upstairs because you just going for the right and you land in the right. If anything, hit her to the body and open her up. She didn't want to listen. She just kept beating them, shooting for them rights. It's like, okay, you done hit her with the right hand like a gajillion times. You need to change. If you want a knockout, yeah, you need to change something. Head body, head body.
Did
Well,
she at least
listen.
lump her up? Did
Nah,
did,
she
did my
fucked her
baby?
up though. Like she did.
That's what
Like
I want
that's
to
for sure. She
hear.
did.
she
She
stunned her.
did
She
fuck
stunned
her
her.
up
She
though.
stunned her a couple times, but nothing serious though. So
That's
So
what
Mhm.
I
how
want
would
to
you
hear.
feel? How you gonna feel? Look, it's literally what Sinisa said though. Y'all got 4 common opponents. Sinisa knocked. Not only did she beat the woman that beat you and made that shit look mad easy. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? A lot of them girls you fought, yeah, they go the distance with you. She knocks them out. It's
Well,
not a I
Tanisha
said
made
it.
fun of
It's
the.
not a
Yeah.
triangle thing. It's only a triangle if it's one common opponent. If it's 4, bro, that's not a triangle. She's just better than you, bro. It's not a triangle no
And
more.
those are facts, man.
Yeah,
If it
man.
was 1, I could see like, yeah, you never know. 1 is 1, but it's
But
4.
Yo Costa Valle ain't gonna make fun of New York like fucking Sinisa did. So shout out to Yo
She ain't
Costa.
make fun of New York. I already look. She from LA. It's clean over there. People get sexy over there, and
That's
they
a
go to the
fact.
gym
That's a
over
fact.
there. In New York, it's smash slobs. B, how I know? I'm from New York, bro. It's smash slobs.
Slob niggas, slob ass
Slobs, bro.
niggas.
It's well
All niggas.
dust bunnies and all that. I already know if you from sunny California and you go to New York, oh, that's like digging in the garbage. Like you
Don't
jumped
do
into
that.
a dumpster and digged in
I
the
went to New York once.
garbage.
I went to New York once.
Yeah,
My experience wasn't that pleasant.
I
I'm
remember.
tell-
I remember
I've,
getting.
I've
I
been.
remember getting on the subway in New York or going to it, the entrance, and this dude was dressed normal, looked like your everyday dude, come up asking me for money, and he wasn't trying to
Oh
rob me.
yeah,
He was
that's
just paying
yeah,
for
that's
money. I'm like,
normal. Yeah,
Nah,
dude, get
my
out of here.
my
normal.
my last trip to New York, I'll never forget this shit. It was the dumbest shit in my life, man. I had a Philly, and I don't eat all the peppers and all that shit. I just tore the steak off, and I was looking at this trash can right here, and I'm on the subway. I decided to throw the shit on the tracks. I ain't never seen that many rats before in my life, and one of them motherfuckers
Nigga,
dog.
Oh yeah,
nigga,
Oh
I'm
my
tell
nigga.
you, bro. It's the and that's just basic New York shit. That's just regular New York shit. Yeah, it's
Rats look
rats
like
and,
dogs,
and
nigga.
forget it.
Rats
Like
look
What a
like
guy.
dogs.
you're not getting away from the roaches. You could try, but they gonna find a way in
Fucking
because guess
dirty
what?
ass New
If
York,
your
man.
neighbor got roaches, Brody, you got roaches.
That roaches. You just don't
You
know it
got
yet.
them. And ain't shit we
You
could do about it either. It's nothing nobody
Fucking
could do,
dirty
bro.
ass New
yeah. The
York,
roaches
man.
would pick your damn pocket and
Fucking
shit.
get rid of it, man.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Let me
Beautiful
read the
city.
super chat. Listen, it's parts that like for example, me and the missus we used to stroll through the city. It's parts that you got to know the parts that people don't know about to see the nice
Yo,
part of New
I
York.
will
I
say,
was in the Bronx.
That's a fact.
I went to go see Drake at the Barclays Centers, and that's in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, that's in
That
Brooklyn.
whole
Downtown
area
Brooklyn.
is
Downtown.
fucking nice. That whole area is
Yes,
Yeah,
nice.
it
I
is.
would, I
like
would.
for example, that's one place that you could say that it's parts of Brooklyn, like Nassau Ave and Greenpoint. That yeah, they real nice. It's nice over there. nice parts of
I
Manhattan,
was
like
surprised to see it.
Soho.
Yeah,
I was like,
Carmen says you got to stay in Manhattan to have a good New York experience.
Yeah, because if you in the
I
Bronx,
don't wanna.
bro, just if you in the Bronx, you better do what Bo Mac did, bro. You better,
You bring it
yeah.
no,
back.
but I will say, you
Bring
know what is lovely? You know what is lovely? All right.
Man, I
Fucking
loved
8
it
a.m. 8
regardless.
a.m.
You know, that's the home of hip hop, man. I love the Bronx. So I ain't gonna cap, but that shit was greasy. It was nasty
You
as a
like that
motherfucker.
grind? You like that grimy shit? Yeah. No,
I
y'all
mean,
Omaha niggas. Y'all Omaha niggas is like
Bunch of
y'all some
nasty
grimy
bitches, though.
niggas. Though. I
you
like
already
y'all.
Listen,
know that. You
I
already
could,
know that.
You
listen,
know
man.
that.
I
North
lived
side,
in
my
that
nigga.
shit for 31
Yeah.
years, bro, and I'm like, nah. See,
Damn.
I'm ready for clean side. Well, I am ready for another part of the country because I'm like, nah, son. For what we paying in New York, and it only got worse since I left. I left damn near
Bro,
10 years ago.
I'm
It
not
only
gonna
Yeah,
lie
got
though.
yeah.
You
worse.
know what is cool though? You can order fucking
It's
Jamaican food at
regressing
8 a.m.
back,
in the
man.
morning. 8 a.m. in
I
the
ain't gonna
morning,
front. I do.
you
Believe
can
it or
order
not, that's
Jamaican
what I
food.
miss the most is the food. I could go to the Jamaican spot, get a beef patty with cocoa bread with some ginger beer. I could
I
go to
tried
the
that shit for
halal
the
Oh,
shop.
I
yeah,
tried that
that's
shit for
so
the first
good.
time. The cocoa bread and the beef patty, that shit hit different.
I'm telling,
I'm
and when
telling y'all
listen,
this
and I
though.
was a smoker. I
I
was a
gotta try that shit.
smoker.
Y'all keep talking about it, bro.
I was a
Damn.
smoker when I was eating beef patties with cocoa bread. So the munchies having
You
that with
mean
that,
so
it's
you
like
was smoking and Newports and
said
still eat that shit?
Newports. Like, nah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
smoking bud. I was never, like I said, it never stuck to me the way it stuck to my friends. Like, it just never stuck to me. Like, my friends are still stuck on smoking bud to this day. Like, but it never stuck to me.
I
But when I
smoke
was
barrel
young,
pack.
when I
We
was
got a
young and
we
I
got a
was in
Jamaican.
college, I used to smoke or whatever, and that shit is the perfect mix. After you smoke your spliff, get you your beef patty with your cocoa bread, your little ginger beer, you're great. You're perfect. And the
We got
summer,
we got a
I,
we got a
I,
Jamaican place out here in Sac, bro. It's called Dub Plate, man. They got a wicked curry goat. Oh, it's so
curry
good.
goat,
we got one
curry
out
Oh,
goat.
here. We got a Jamaican spot out here called Caribbean Delights. But I remember I never forget this. I thought this was the braziest shit. And because I didn't even know New York was known for Mexican cuisine like that. The best quesadilla I ever had in my life was somewhere in Brooklyn. My wife is Mexican and Guatemalan, and even she was like, "Where the fuck? What the fuck is we in
I'm
New
going.
York?"
No, listen. I'm gonna tell you the
I'm
truth,
gonna
bro.
tell you
You
the
must
truth,
have
bro. Mexican
you.
food's mid, bro. I'm gonna tell
Nah,
you
nah,
the
nah. It
truth.
ain't even that. It ain't
Minute.
even that.
Oh,
No,
I'm
no, no.
telling
It
you the
ain't even
truth.
that. I'm telling you like
No,
this.
what you just
Let me
said?
let me
Yeah,
finish,
bro.
bro. If you found a good Mexican spot in New York, you must have found the only spot because like New York speciality is not Mexican.
I know
it's
that.
Puerto Rican.
It's not.
That's why I
It's
was
Puerto
You
tweeting.
Rican.
you could you could find a good Dominican spot, good Puerto Rican spot, but a
Yep.
good
Haitian spot.
Mexican spot?
Yo,
Fam,
That's a
Mexican
fact.
food's
you-
mid, bro. It's just fucking
Mexican.
Nah, you
Nah,
burritos, bro.
bugging, you bug like bro. You up there in Canada, bro?
Bro, stop it, bro.
eat
Who
fucking
ain't
poutine, nigga.
the
You eat
fuck?
hey,
poutine and cheese
hey,
You
curds.
gonna
poutine's
you
Nigga.
fire. Y'all
you
gotta
I got, I
stop.
talking
got
about
a
Mexican
Y'all
food
gotta
is
stop.
mid?
but
Hey,
Jules, hold up.
poutine's fire.
I got a cuisine question. I got a question about the
Y'all
cuisine.
all
Like
wish you could have poutine.
you said
Shut up.
cocoa bread. Is that like actual like chocolate bread or something? Or
No,
like
no,
No,
no, no,
no,
no,
no,
no. It's
no.
not. No, no,
Coke.
no, no,
It's
no,
like
no. It's not.
coconut
It's
bread.
not actually chocolate bread.
It's
It's a
coconut
certain
bread.
type of bread. It's
okay.
coconut bread, but it's not chocolate bread.
Yeah,
Coconut.
yeah,
Okay.
man. That
Like
shit's
Okay.
you
hella
thought he
good.
was eating a chocolate piece of bread, bro?
Shit, I don't
Come
know.
on, bro.
You ever had those? You know what I like is those Jamaican empanadas with the spiced meat in them, man. That shit is
That
Y'all
bomb.
sounds
gotta have
fire.
y'all gotta have
Beef
Haitian
patty. That's
patties,
the
bro. I'm
beef
telling
patty.
y'all. I'm
Yeah,
putting
I
y'all
could
on.
eat a whole plate of those by itself as a
I
Y'all
freaking
would
gotta
meal,
have
say
man.
some
this.
Those are
So I
patties.
so
I'm
would
telling
say
good.
y'all
this.
right
I
now,
would say
bro.
this. What's crazy right now is even though the New York that I grew up with, right, in the next 10 years, that shit is dead. The whole dichotomy of New York because it's become an asylum city. Forget it. Now, um,
Becoming Gotham City.
no, no, I mean like in other words, where it was a city that was predominantly island folk, like Puerto Rocks and Dominicans. It's not going to be that anymore. I could tell you that right now because they turned it into an asylum city, and a lot of the people they're busing them over there, they from Mexico. So a lot of what I knew and what I grew up, it's not going to be that way anymore. Like I'm telling, it's not because that's what happens once there's an influx of people that go to a place things start to change. Voting patterns change, culture changes, all that shit changes. So where
Yep.
you would go to New York for the island folk, for the Caribbean folk, like the Dominicans in Washington Heights or the Puerto Rocks in the Bronx, Yeah, it's gonna be different now because you got wild Mexicans coming in, so it is gonna be different.
They
So
running the track. I mean, man, I'm seeing. I went to my Morello's and everything is from Little Rock, Arkansas. It's dragging amounts of Mexicans down there. I'm like, when the fuck this shit happened? Like,
exactly.
shit was wild to me. Mississippi, they running the trap now, man. They running
And
the trap.
I told Drew, I'm like, listen, not even on no bullshit. The cartels are coming, bro.
Ooh,
Believe it.
That's
Believe
yo.
it.
they up here
Funny
heavy.
thing is,
They up here heavy.
one of my OGs said this, and it's not even about Mexicans. It was El Salvadorians. They said, "Yo, once the El Salvadorians came into Atlanta, they shut shit down,
Oh yeah.
like on some wild shit. Because
They out here. They out here. They out here
They
heavy
ain't
though.
nothing to fuck with. They not. They with all that, bro. Like it, he's saying the cartels. The cartels is heavy up here. It's a chicken spot over here on the south side. That was a front. They shut it down. You know what I'm saying? Ones came through, shut that shit down. Man, they heavy on the south side, bro.
The
Over here.
way this shit is gonna be now, like I really feel like, yo, we about to really go back to like that 85, 95 New York. We gonna go back to that. Well, I'm not there now, thank God.
Where's
But that's
Times
what it's
Square though? I want to see where the holes are. The fuck?
bro, that's the other thing. I talked to my fam. I talked to my fam that's still up there. Yo, it's mad prostitution. It's mad prostitution up. Yo, it's going crazy up there, right? And I'm like, the reason I say the cartels, you could expect shit to get a little bit wild is because before you had border patrol to keep a lid on all of that. You know what's coming in, what's going out, bro. Now it's wide open, bro. They could flood the street with all type of shit now without no problem. Ain't nobody stopping them from coming in. So it's gonna be different in the next 10 years, man. I'm trying to tell you. A lot of shit is gonna change. Like that could be good, that could be bad, but a lot of shit is gonna change. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Hey, Jules, are you going live for the Zhang fight this weekend?
Yeah, I'm gonna go live for both the Zhang fight and the Hitchens fight. Hitchens is
Oh, that
fighting
is.
Zepeda.
Oh
My boy
yeah, shit, I
Hitchens.
forgot
Hitchens
about
is
Yeah,
that.
fighting
yeah.
Zepeda. Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
gonna be
he
a good
Hey,
fucking
fight.
what time are
smashed.
those on, man? What time are those on?
Or Zhang, that's the normal time, bro. 3
Normal
p.m.
UK time. UK time.
Early,
Yeah.
early.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
early
talking
that
about
time.
East Coast time. East Coast time, that's 3 p.m. over here. Or around that time. Like
So
the
it'll
Well,
be
main
that's 1 o'clock here on the West Coast. That's 1 o'clock.
2 over here. It'll be 2 over here then. If that so,
but
I
you know
bet.
it's a Queensbury card though, bro. So you know the
The card's gonna
undercard
be
gonna be
ass.
ass,
It's gonna be
It's
bro.
gonna be
trash.
ass.
Yeah, yeah.
That
I really
shit is
only
good.
want to watch the main
And then
event.
what time is the other fight on? Is
It's
that
gonna be
on
like
in
The
that's East
zone.
Coast time because that one is in Hitchens versus
It is in
Zepeda is in
Florida.
Florida. So that's East Coast time. So the time I'm gonna go live is
Hey,
probably
bro.
8 to 9 p.m. 8 or
I'm
9 p.m.
I'm
but
I'm
probably
hoping
9 though.
Jessica gets her ass knocked
Eastern
out,
time?
bro.
Yo,
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
ask
like,
you
look,
this question.
Yo,
Jessica,
look,
bro.
being
I don't
real.
like.
All I'm gonna
You know
say
what?
is, all
You
I'm
know
gonna
what I
say
hate,
is, yo,
Jules?
Sandy is young. She's
Hey,
big.
you got the
nah,
She
minerals.
bro.
She
fun.
got the minerals. She
You
can
know
do
what
it.
I
I'm rooting
hate,
for
bro?
Jessica,
Don't bite.
man. I'm rooting for
Don't
Hey,
bite
Jules,
the
Jessica.
you're gonna
hand.
be going
One
8 to
second. One
9 your
second.
time, right? Eastern time.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm just making
I,
sure because I don't want to miss it.
all right, well, look, it was a pleasure. I had fun fucking with the panel. Y'all
Hell yeah!
definitely
Of
gonna,
course.
y'all
Salute,
definitely
Spills.
gonna see me
Respect to
on
you,
here
brother.
again.
Respect to you, man. For sure.
So
Come
what?
back,
Please
man. Feel
come
free to
back
come back,
more.
bro.
Come back more. Please
Uh,
come back more, bro.
most
Yeah, come on
definitely,
back.
most definitely. Y'all see me on Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Saturday. Now let me
Peace.
read this
All
super
right,
chat.
deuces.
Will said, "That's
All right,
okay
later.
if they hate Bud. He
Peace.
joins the ranks of Jack Johnson, Larry Holmes, Marvin Hagler. No matter how much they hate him, he's still a legend." I agree with that.
Yeah.
Undefeated said, my internet moving wild slow.
Not a pay-per-view fight, but I'll pay for Zepeda to KO Isaac.
I mean, to me, it's crazy that we not getting that because you could do really good business with
You
that
could.
fight.
Very
You
good
could.
You could do
business.
really good
All you got to
business
do
with
is
that
use the
Very
fight.
good.
Mexican thing to sell it, and that's it.
Yeah, all
Isaac's a
you ain't
scary
gotta tell me, but the
motherfucker,
thing
though.
is,
He's
you wouldn't have
scary.
to tell. You wouldn't have to because they're both from Mexico City. William Zepeda and Isaac Cruz. So the buzz would be organic, and the attention and reaction for the fight. All of that is built in. All you got to do is do it. But Isaac not gonna want to fight that dude, bro. He not
Scary,
gonna want
bro.
to
Nah,
fight that
nah,
dude,
Like
nah.
yo,
bro.
if yo
He's
think about it
scary as
like
fuck.
this,
The
he
fact
got
they offered you Ryan for $1 million and you let it turn into a sides of the street thing, Bro, Ryan is ass. How do you not fight Ryan? Remember, Oscar offered him $1 million
Yeah,
right
but
after the
maybe
Davis fight.
there is a possibility that Isaac Cruz is worse than fucking Ryan Garcia.
Let me
He
tell you
is.
something. I,
There
Wow.
is,
I can believe that.
because
Wow.
you know what's crazy, Jules? I would actually pick Ryan to beat Isaac.
You would pick Ryan to beat him for
I'd
real?
I
pick.
would too. I
I'd
would
pick.
too.
yes, I
So would
would.
I.
Yes, I would.
I would pick
I
Ryan.
think
I
I can
don't
knock him
know
out.
about
I think
that
I can
one,
knock him
man.
out.
I mean,
I think I can knock him
Ryan
out.
Ryan can't take those hits.
I don't think Ryan could take body shots, and as little as Isaac is, the
The
body's
body's right
like,
in
look,
front of his face.
it's not like Ryan. It's not like Ryan
Ryan
protects
can punch
himself
I
well,
mean,
too,
because
though.
though.
Jules, like
Ryan can
Isaac has
punch
a horrible
too.
habit of telegraphing
Ryan got
everything he
power.
does.
Let's not act
So
like
like,
Ryan
I'm
don't
not
got
saying
power.
that he doesn't
I,
have power, but
I don't want to sound like the Ryan Garcia fan on here, bro. It's embarrassing that I have to defend him. But
I
he
get this.
I'm
he
saying
can
the
box.
shots, the shots that Ryan is susceptible to, right? Those are
Hooks,
the shots that
hooks.
Isaac throws. That's what he's susceptible to. If as short Isaac's height being so small against Ryan, that's an advantage because Ryan is going to have to punch down to hit him. He's going to get within range of his punches. This little man hunkering down, leading off to the left to bring over the right. Ryan going to get all of that because when he hook, he don't protect his chin. It's not tucked. So I don't know about.
I mean, like, well,
I
Isaac
don't
has a
know.
horror. He's got a terrible habit of telegraphing his punches. So all Ryan has to do is throw like something to counter him when he comes in.
Yeah,
That's it.
because Ryan has so much fucking ring IQ.
Well, I mean, y'all remember the who he doing around the Fonseca guy with the left hook?
Yeah, that's fun.
But I know, but I'm just saying. I mean, like, it doesn't really take much with Isaac to figure him out. That's all I'm saying. You know, I
Well,
mean,
it's not hard no, because he's a simple fighter
Yeah.
to look at. He's simple, but being in there with a little ass person like that they're so small, you can't really hit them because they're so small, and you know they might block what you're throwing or get out of the way of what you're throwing. It's like Ryan don't have the coordination to me to do that. He like, nah, you're not coordinated. Look at how he looked with Javante.
Man, compared to Ryan, Isaac looks like a flea, man. I mean, for real.
Bruh. I don't trust either of them, to be honest. So I guess it's not crazy to think that Ryan might land a good one and get him. But you know, Javante didn't knock him out, man.
Mm-hmm.
He
Broke
didn't
his
knock
hand.
him out.
Broke his hand on his head.
So is it that Isaac is durable, or is it that Javante's power is not as
Both.
you know?
I think a bit of both.
You know what I mean? I'm just because he did knock out Ryan though.
Isaac looks like one of them hard-headed fucking little motherfuckers, just strong for no reason, just strong little motherfuckers.
I guess, bro. You think he would beat Ryan, or Ryan would beat him?
I see both. I can see both ways of why Isaac would win or why Ryan would win. The reason why I would say Ryan would win because at least Ryan does have at least a jab to fucking catch him on the way in, and he can disguise that jab and hook off of it if Ryan was taught that shit. But hey, I can also do see this, like you said, Ryan. He has an ingrained mistake when he throws that left hook that leaves his right hand down and his chin up. But hey, when that shit does land, people get fucking hurt. But I also do know this.
They do.
If this motherfucker duck under that shit, come up with the overhand right, we know he's chinny. This guy got dropped by Luke Campbell. Let's be under no illusions of what the fuck the. No, bro. So it is what it is.
To me, that's a 50-50 fight because it's not like Ryan has great fundamentals. I look at him as the guy. I look at him as the guy from the to-go fight and the performance with Javante. Like, bro, go back and watch that fight so you can see how fucking horrible he looked. Go back, watch that. He looked fucking horrible, bro.
And you
have to. I mean, even though he did connect on tech with.
He was so, I guess, taken by the moment. In the scale of the fight, he'll overshoot it.
You know, Jules, I noticed that. It's like he kept doing the same shit for like the first 2 or 3 rounds. I said, dude, Tank is gonna catch your ass if you keep doing that shit. They're like, bam, down he goes. That was it.
Yeah, I'm not a big believer in Ryan's boxing. Like, I'm not. Like, nah.
No, because he doesn't take it serious. I mean, who would be really? Aside from an Instagram or YouTube follower, you know.
Who is he really beating in the last 3? Like, all right, well, he did beat Fortuna, so I guess I have to give him that. He did beat Fortuna, and Fortuna's been around. Fortuna beat Diaz, so
right? No, or was it
That's
Diaz
sad,
de
though.
Fortuna?
It was JoJo. It was JoJo. It was him.
Yeah, they gave it to JoJo.
Fortuna must
Fortuna's a
really
tough
be at
guy.
the end of his career, though. I mean, because that's pretty sad, man.
Yeah, like Fortuna's been, but he's a tough guy. He's been in there with a lot of people, so I guess I could give him credit for that. But I'm like, if you really think about it, the last 3 years of boxing, last 3 or 4 years, your crowning achievement is Javier Fortuna. That's not good.
That's
That's
just
not
embarrassing,
good,
bro.
bro.
That's just
Like if we
embarrassing.
look
Does
at
anybody
that,
ever see Ryan becoming a champion?
If we look at Devin, what's your crowning achievement? Okay, you beat Cambosos, and even though you didn't, I don't think you beat Loma. You fought him. You fought him. You fought him. Shakur, Oscar Valdez, Jamel Herring. That's easy. Ryan, what? Javier Fortuna? I'm not gonna bring up Javante because he knocked you out. So how could that be your crowning achievement? I'm saying in other words, what I'm saying is for you to not have a signature win in the last 4 years, that's kind of crazy. You don't
Okay,
have one.
Julius, Ryan Garcia might be a Golden Boy Productions fighter by contract, but he is a PDC fighter at heart.
At heart,
Yes.
yes, he
So
is.
it's gonna move like he's not taking any 50-50 fights anytime.
Mikora's on
So
PBC.
we're not expecting him
Mikora's
to ever
on
fight for a title then. Is that what
PBC.
Bro,
we're saying?
that's where he's trying to go. The rumor is that Lupe Valencia has ties to Al Heyman, and I think if
Oh,
Ryan, yeah, and honestly, I think if Ryan had it his way, that's where he would go. If he could choose where he could go, if he wasn't under contract with Golden Boy, he would have went over there. He would have fought Rolly.
because he wants to leave.
Because
He don't want to be there no
he
more.
does,
Yeah, you don't want to be over there.
but the thing is with Oscar though, one thing about Oscar, he will put his fighters in tough. That's one thing. Like you can say whatever you want for the most part.
Or like he's been
If he
doing with
believe
Jaime
in you,
McGill, like that.
Nah, yeah, I was about to say, like, Chris, you bugging. The fuck you talking about,
Chris,
bro?
Chris, you have a lot of unusual takes, but it's cool.
Like, he ain't putting Jaime in there with shit, bro.
Look,
what unusual takes, AJ?
I am at a point that I understand this is a boxing channel, but I am. It makes me mad that we have to talk about certain fighters like Ryan Garcia, like fucking this other heavy. I forgot his name already. How's he's called? The guy, the little kid that was going to retire at 25 years old.
Oh, Jared Anderson.
Jared Anderson. We have to talk about this guy that they're not hungry. It's okay, but if you're not searching for world titles, what's the fucking point, really?
I agree. No, I agree.
Playing with money, but for us, it's like.
So now that you're here, Leo, what do you think about this weekend's fight? Repeat or revenge?
Repeat.
Repeat.
Yeah.
You don't think Joe can change?
No.
No. Say it with your chest. Shit, no.
Okay. Look, if it's about fundamentals and being defensive responsible, Joe Joyce hasn't been showing that in his whole career. He's gonna change now. He's gonna change.
Yeah, I agree with Leo, man. I totally agree with Leo on that one. I don't
maybe after
even,
a couple
even
of fights, but this is an immediate rematch. I don't think he can change that much in one camp.
Do you think
you guys
Ishmael?
think about it this? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Do you think Ishmael? Because I guess what kind of makes me think about it is Ishmael is Salas that es el profesor. He's.
You gotta understand, Ishmael Salas has worked with talented people that also brought defense with him. He never brought a semblance of a slip, roll,
Even in the world,
or ride.
even in the World Series of Boxing, he didn't.
Joe,
even in the world, he never moved his head ever.
Now this
Did you
is
not see
something
what
I could
fucking
see though.
Usyk was doing to him? Usyk was fucking abusing that man. He's gonna get fucked up again. His career's over.
This is something I could see that even let's say Joyce does learn some adjustments. It only lasts maybe a round, and as soon as he gets hit, he reverts right back to his original style. That's what I see. It ain't gonna be nothing different, really. And if it is, it's gonna be a fart in the wind and disappear, and he's going to be right back to where he was, getting hit with that left hand all night long.
His best bet, I would think, his best bet. That doesn't even mean it's a sure bet, but his best bet is to survive the first few, get him past 6. Now, how do you get him past 6 without getting hit? That's why it's like you're not
Mm-hmm.
gonna get hit. You're not 6 rounds. You're not gonna get
No, he's getting
fucking
hit. He's going to get hit.
with
Yeah.
that
He's gonna
left
get
hand from
pieced,
hell.
bro.
I mean,
He's
y'all,
gonna
y'all,
get
y'all y'all remember
fucking
what he said?
pieced.
Y'all remember what he said before the first fight? The play on Mike Tyson. He said, everybody has a plan till they punch me in the face and nothing happens.
I mean but doesn't that show that he drank his own Kool-Aid? Like, listen,
Yeah.
even though I'm not a Monday morning quarterback. I didn't pick Joe I didn't pick Zhang. I picked Joe, but I felt like, yo, I don't know if you want to let this guy hit you, bro.
At
Not this,
all.
because who hit you, bro? Bryant Jennings, he's not known for power. He fights on the balls of his feet. He literally moving around the whole. So who hit
And
you?
he won
Bryant
that fight too. Fuck the dumb shit. He
No,
won that
but
fight.
Brian Jennings, who's not big on power, Joseph Parker, the most polite heavyweight in boxing, a very old fucking Bermain Stavern, right? It's not that the names are bad, it's that when they say your chin is all that, I'm like, is it? I don't know if you should let Zhang hit you. That's how
He
I don't
he
know if
will
you should let Zhang crack you, bro. That dude is not little, bro. Like,
he will not survive the Kung Pao, which is Zhang's left hand. I'm telling you, he will not.
like, you know what I mean? Like,
Shit.
Jay said, y'all think it's weird how nice Shakur is to Tank? Not really. I think there's a respect there. I think he respects him because he sees him like, yo, you did it, you big time. In his mind, I feel that he should be disrespectful, if anything. That's how
He
I
should be
feel.
Yeah.
Like,
You know,
disrespectful
it's
to
funny. I was talking
everybody,
about
bro.
that with my friend this morning. Like we were saying, like, how do you think that how Shakur's possibly trying to lull him into like a false sense of security to get a fight, maybe, or
I mean, it could be that he respect what he did. You know, like maybe he respects that, like, yo, he getting all this dough without doing all this crazy shit. Maybe he respect that, right? But I don't think you should go about it that way. I don't think that, because the reality is that they acting like you ain't shit. That's how they acting, like you ain't shit, like you just some guy with his hand out. Like, nah, fam, you got to get disrespectful. You do, because you and him at the same weight. Devin is gone. That shit ain't about to happen. And yeah, you want Lomachenko. Look, I think he retires Lomachenko. But if you did, what would it
I
really
was gonna
mean?
protect Lomachenko like fucking like he did
Bro, he
Manny
gonna
against
send him to
fucking Terrence.
Australia. He gonna send him to Australia early next year, right? Already, right? But after that, what? You gonna retire? Or you gonna stick around? If you
He's not
stick
gonna stick
around,
around for
Shakur gonna
Shakur.
fuck you up, bro. Shakur fuck him up. Fuck him up. That's why I'm kind of mad that he got robbed, because I feel if he wouldn't have, if he would have got the decision,
mm-hmm.
I think he would have fought Shakur right after that, because he would have had the confidence to fight Shakur
Yep, that would have
right
been a
after,
proper passing of the torch fight. Shakur becomes
and then
undisputed, then there
Shakur
you
would have
go.
taken
Yep,
Shakur would have rubbed him out after that.
yep.
Would have rubbed him out after that.
Oh,
Not like Brooke. Why? Not. I ain't say he would have rubbed one out. I said he would have rubbed him out, bro. Not he would have
that
rubbed
just
one
sound
out.
That's
Bro.
what she said.
that sounds wild though. Rubbed
The
him out
point
is
is that I
wild.
think if the right guy would have won that fight, right,
Hmm?
Lomachenko wouldn't have had a problem fighting Shakur. Like, nah, I'm undisputed. I did my thing. He
Yep.
would have been in the right frame of mind to take on that fight. But if you feel like, yo, I won and y'all took it from me, well, what the fuck I'm gonna fight for then? For what?
Like I could. What if I mean? What's the point of fight? I'm gonna get jobbed on the cards every time.
You know what I'm saying? So whenever I fight the young American fighter, you know, he thinks, I don't really think he got robbed, but I could have saw a draw in the Lopez fight. I could have saw a draw, but he thinks that he won that fight, right? And then he goes in there with Devin, and that one, yeah, I do think you got robbed. And once again, if you're Loma, you like, man, I don't even feel like doing this shit. Every time I fight the young guy, y'all give it to them.
Y'all be no Jules. Actually, I remember he said he had the fight with Lopez a draw. He did say that.
Oh, well, there it is
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
It is, you know what I mean? So it's like, if he would have been given a decision and he would have became undisputed, I think that he would have fought Shakur, no fuss, no muss, because he would have had the confidence to do it. But Now it's like, bro, why even stick around? You know what I mean? For what?
That is a factor. That really is a fact because every time I fought somebody not named Salido, I've no, even including Salido, some bullshit has happened. Let's really keep it a buck.
No,
My
Lopez
fir-
is negligible. Lopez is negligible to where you could look at that fight and say, no, Lopez
all right,
did
cool.
just
Did
enough.
enough, just enough, cool.
I don't,
But
because I wasn't blown away by what Lopez did. It just seemed to me that Loma, you gave him too much respect.
Yeah, you weren't
It's
doing.
not like
Loma wasn't doing
it's
enough.
not
He
like he
wasn't doing
was
enough.
fucking you up in the early rounds and nothing like that. It's that you just wasn't doing nothing. You wasn't throwing. So we had to give it to him because you ain't doing shit. You know what I mean? So that one is negligible. You fucked that up. Nobody told
yeah,
your
he
ass to
did.
give away the first 5 rounds. But with Haney, yeah, that one gotta hurt, bro. Because yeah, you went for that. You
And
was
plus,
throwing and all of that.
what I can't get is how in the post fight he said that he deliberately gave away the 12th round because he thought he won. Like, what the hell is the matter with you?
Yeah,
Like,
that's a
seriously, I mean
stupid
that
thing to do.
It was stupid. It was stupid, but it's like also it would be a bit redundant to act like the fight hinged on the 12th. Like, bro, I had it. I had Devin winning maybe 3 rounds, 4 to max.
yeah.
That's how I had it. I had it like 8-4.
Yeah, I mean, but the judges had it 7-5. So technically, if Loma had won that 12th round, then it would have been a draw. Officially, and then it would have been like a real demand for a rematch.
Well, let's
Possibly.
say it would have
So
been a draw. He still wouldn't have got them belts.
that's true. That's true. I mean, but still, it's like, but that leaves claim to like where okay, there needs to be a rematch now for
Hey,
more so than ever.
And
hey,
it's
Jules.
also
Right
that
on. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Leo.
okay. It's also that if you are Lomachenko, you have to feel in some kind of way that look. I think Lomachenko he does too much this fight because it was he started his career at featherweight. He barely got any fights. He went to super featherweight. He barely got any fights. He looked dominant, and after that, he went to lightweight to fight this career lightweight. He has to give any consensus. He has to give part of his purses to make these fights happen.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, if you don't get the notch, you have to say, "Is it really worth it? They're gonna treat me fairly." I don't think so. I don't think Lomachenko is up to that, at least
No,
now.
I don't. Yeah, at this time, I mean, at this, like, look, he could go to Australia and fight George for the WBO or the IBF, whichever one it's going to be, or both. Who knows, right? And he can do that, and he can win that fight, and you know that he could retire on that if he did it.
Yeah,
Like he could
yeah.
I
retire
mean,
on that.
but we already know a lot of people are going to be demanding for him to fight Shakur.
Of course. And
And
the
he's
other
not
thing is
gonna
that
listen.
the other thing is that I don't blame them because if you're Shakur, look, all that shit that happened to you is not my fault. You know, like the shit that happened to you with Devin, the shit with Lope, you know, all this, that's not my fault. I need a name, and whenever I want to fight somebody, people start acting stupid. Cruz started acting stupid. Frank Martin started acting stupid.
Actually,
Devin
stupid.
got shot drinking the Kool-Aid, really thinking somebody was going to pay us 32. Like, yo, to me, that shit is crazy.
I
Like,
mean, you really think Top Rank
y'all
would
really
demand a
that
fight?
stupid? You would fucking have to be a fucking moron. Bob done told y'all. All you need to know, even if you don't like Bob, even if you don't believe him, all you need to know is that whatever Devin's talking about, it ain't Bob's money. So, okay, who's gonna put up 32 mil for these two? Who? Because it ain't Bob. And I could have told you, Bob, not gonna put that up for them. Are you nuts?
At
You,
all.
you
At
Right.
the fuck
you
all.
bugging like 32 mil for them now? Nah, maybe in 2 years or something, but not now. Like, hell no. Bro, Devin was just on pay-per-view. It didn't sell that much. What was it? 130, 150? Fuck,
Probably around those.
Hey,
fuck what?
Jules.
Go ahead.
Right on the Storm was saying that he got an ad on while watching the live stream, but
Yeah, I
I've
know.
never
I
had.
did that on purpose.
Okay.
I did that on purpose. Yeah, I set the ads up for every 18 minutes. Some of y'all will see ads if you
Oh,
don't
okay.
like it. Anyway,
No.
the point is, shit, I lost my train of thought. the fuck
You
was I
old as
talking about?
fuck.
Talking
You
about
old.
Devin
You
Haney
old.
and his fake offers.
Right. That like the fact that he has so many people fooled, and I already know why you did that because you didn't want to look like you was ducking, but you could have just kept it 100. Like, look, I can't keep making lightweight. That was the last one, Lomachenko. I can't do it again. So if we can fight, ain't nobody scared of you, bro. We can fight, but it has to be at 40. It has to be. I cannot make 135, and I would have respected that because I figured that anyway. Like, bro, Devin not going. Devin body is growing, bro. He can't keep making 135. It's
Yeah,
not
but
healthy, bro.
you know, Julius, people's gonna attack anyways because if you had time for little ass Loma, you don't have time for Shakur.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I
No.
guess, but
Loma's different.
I would have
Loma's different, bro.
understood. I would have understood that, like, bro, I don't even look at that as a duck. I don't look at that as an excuse. I look at that as a simple Yo, you in your mid-20s, he in your mid-20s. It's not like some other shit. Y'all really do got time to settle up. Y'all got time, and I ain't mad at it because I wasn't expecting y'all to fight after the Loma fight. I wasn't. I don't know who the fuck was, but I wasn't. I figured Devin gonna move up, bro. Fuck
Let me
the
tell you something. Let me tell you something. This guy just moved up recently to fight Shuchihiro Yoshino, right? Mind you, they weren't. He wasn't at 135 when Devin fought fucking Vasily Lomachenko. He wasn't there at all, and no one thought about that fight. And the thing is, I don't really feel bad for Shakur, is because he was being an opportunist, and Shakur knows damn well that motherfucker couldn't make 35. So that's why I don't
Everybody
feel
does.
sorry for
That's what
Shakur.
makes the whole shit stupid. That everybody knows that they're like, yo, Devin been killing himself to make 135. I would
But you
prefer.
want to you want him to stay there so you can have an easy Vic, which wasn't going to fucking happen. So why couldn't you just say like, nah, leave low homie alone, let him go up to 40. He did that. Let me go eat niggas food at 135, and then I'll go up and go eat niggas food at
The shit is that the shit
140.
was the shit is that the shit was ordered, bro. It's not like the shit wasn't ordered. That shit between him and Devin was ordered by the WBC. They ordered that shit. And was it's like, look, at the end of the day, the conclusion that I have come to is that when people want to act fucking retarded, they just gonna act retarded because y'all saying that Shakur walked away. No, he didn't. That's why he still has a title shot, you fucking idiots. Why do you think the title's vacant? Because he's not the one that walked away. I'm not.
Exactly.
I don't want to say it's a duck, but I'm just saying that Devin don't have the WBC no more because he's the one that walked away, you fucking idiots.
Because he couldn't
Shakur,
make that work.
see, Frank walked away, right? Frank
He
walked
walked
away.
away.
Does Frank have a title shot?
No.
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 All
Nope.
right. Devin walked away. He did. You don't. I don't want to be fucked. But yeah, you did. How do I know? You don't have the WBC anymore. It's
So what does that
vacant.
what does that tell us? You must not want to fight Shakur then, right?
How you gonna say yeah, Shakur backed out? Bro, Shakur still has the title shot. He didn't back out of anything. He has the title shot. He still has it.
Facts.
And then you look at the numbers, yo, y'all put them crazy ass numbers up. Y'all put that out there. Okay, so you saying you offered Devin Shakur 25% of the pot, and that 25% comes out to 8 mil. 8 times 4 is 32. And you expect me to believe that somebody was gonna gamble 32 million on 2 fighters they don't have under contract?
Niggas is crazy, bro.
The fuck is this dumb out here, B?
These niggas is Dutch,
Fuck
bro.
is this
Like I'm so
like if the money's not Bob's money, which Bob already said, like, yeah, ain't no substance to that offer. If it's not Bob's money, okay, you tell me who's gonna spend 32 mil on 2 guys they don't have under contract. Because Devin is a free agent and he signed the top rank. So whose 32 mil is it then? Motherfuckers just want to act stupid. Like, really? I just think motherfuckers be knowing shit sounds stupid and say it anyway.
because they already sound stupid already, so they rather cut their nose to spite their face and keep up with it because they don't want to fucking have to face that shit. That's how these motherfuckers think, bro. A lot of these motherfuckers is weird, bro. Like they
Shout
would.
out to Edwin Castillo for the beer fund, the donation to the beer fund. Shout out to my man Edwin Castillo. Y'all hit that motherfucking cash app and send me them ronies. But yeah, like, I think motherfuckers be knowing that the shit sounds stupid. Like, y'all know that fight is not big yet. I like the fight. Of course, we all like the fight. We degenerate boxing fans, but y'all know that fight is not big yet. Y'all know that, and I'm not. I'm not being the business guy. I'm just telling you that nobody would gamble 32 million to do that fight. Nah, ain't nobody gonna put that up. Not for them. Not right
No,
now. Maybe in a
no.
year, maybe 2 years, but not now, bro.
Yeah, because they
I
don't
mean,
have that kind of
plus
earning power. Neither one of them.
he still got to deal with Regis anyway, too. So like, if he wins that fight,
And and that's gonna be a fucking pay-per-view. So we'll see what the fuck that does.
Yep.
shit.
I'm not knocking him. It's just that at the end of the day, his drawing power is what his drawing power is. It's not up to me. His drawing power is what it is. So a guy that's selling under 200,000 on pay-per-view, which is what you did with Loma, under 200,000, ain't nobody gonna gamble 32 mil on you, bro. In
Yep.
him. No. What
And
fuck
people
what would they want to lose it?
and people don't like it because you pointed out. I mean, come on.
Motherfuckers just want to go with the narrative when you should have realized when he said, and I did the math maybe a month ago, maybe 2 months ago to like, okay, so Shakur is making anywhere in between 2 and 3 per fight. You're saying that your offer is worth more than his last 3 fights. So your offer has to be in the neighborhood of 8 and 9, right? 8 and 9. But I'm 8 and 9. Wait a minute. So if he's getting 8 and you're getting 75, like, so what are you getting? 20? Ain't nobody gonna give you 24 million, bro. What the fuck? What the fuck? What? And then I knew that, like, yo, this is some bullshit. Like, this just some bullshit. Like, what is you talking about? Like, you just saving face, bro. And you don't have to. You could have just been like, yo, I can't make this weight, bro. This is the last one. Like, you could have just said, yeah, Lomachenko's the last one. I can't keep coming down here to 135, man. I
He'd be
can't
like, if
do it.
Shakur wants to fight with me, he can come up to 140 and we can do it there. That's it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, shit. And that would have
Honestly,
been
like that makes that fight feasible because like if he does beat Regis, he'll be WBC 140-pound champion. Then if Shakur when he picks up the WBC strap, it's not a question of if but when. Then Shakur can make a brief excursion to go up to 140 and challenge Devin.
You seen Gento talking about going to 118 already?
Oh fuck. No.
He said he's talking about going to 118 already. He said if I can't get a unification match later on this year, I'm going
You
to
gonna move up?
118.
Damn.
That's what he said. I ain't mad at that.
Nope, hell no.
How do you think he'll
mad.
do at 118?
He's bigger than I'm telling you, he got the frame,
He's
bro.
bigger than a Nui, bro. He's bigger than a Nui.
If Inouye, who is not big, was able to go all the way up to 122, yeah, Gento can go to 118. He can go to
122
Do you think Gento will end up fighting Inouye?
It's a possibility. It's
Who wins that?
It's not off of technique. I would still off of technique and
I
just
did Inouye.
experience. I would still go Inouye, but it's not a fight that I think about because I'm not completely convinced that even happens. By the time, look, let's just say because remember he's at 115 right now, right? It's not like he moved up yet. He's saying that at the end of the year, if shit don't go down for him, he gonna go to 18. Okay, then you gonna rock out at 18 next year. But while you doing that, he knew he rocking out at 22. Then by the time you ready to go to 22, he's gonna go to 26.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that they ever fight.
I mean, it's funny because he's gonna be moving up because the winner of Estrada Yoka, they ain't gonna fight him.
Nah, they ain't gonna fight him.
They ain't gonna fight you. They ain't fighting.
Remember what did Ioka do when they ordered him to fight Gento?
Vacate his belt.
Like, shit, you already know. Like, man, fuck that shit. I'll fight Franco again. Fuck
That's
that.
how I knew
I'll
that.
fight him for the WBA.
That's how I knew that. It's like Ioka don't want that Junto smoke. He don't want that
You
smoke.
don't want them problems, bro. Like, nobody want them problems, bro.
He may have been able to deal with Tanaka, but not this time. That's not gonna happen this time.
He's an older dude, and Tanaka ain't fucking Junto, bro.
Yeah, Tanaka ain't. But to Tanaka's credit, people tend to forget, he was a 3-division champion.
He was. That's true.
Was a 3-division. Like, he's a young guy. Like, I hope he could really get back to doing his thing. I haven't heard too much about him.
Ioka knew what he was doing when he fought Tanaka because he saw fucking flaws. He doesn't see those flaws in fucking Nakatani.
I know that's why he gave his ass that belt. Like, order. You want me to fight? No, man, fuck that shit. I'll fight Franco again. Jay said, but why does math matter to us? wanting to fight when most fighters legends have always taken less for resume legacy fights is not wrong. We wrong? Yeah, you wrong. Because you're not understanding that the offer is not real. You just want to believe it was real. That's you see, you arguing about the math because you still in a place where you think the offer is real. When I'm telling you, based on this math, this offer can't be real. It can't be real, bro. Nobody is gonna put that up for y'all. You offering
What
them.
to finance it? No, no. Let's. Can I talk? Yo, Jay, I gotta ask you a question. If not you, Jay, the person who did the super chat. If you had $32 million on two commodities that weren't as popularly known, and they haven't been, producing like they're supposed to, would you invest your money in those two commodities thinking that they will get you at least $32 million back in an upside, or would you keep your money?
I'm telling them that if you look at those numbers, if you can't see that, like, yo, that's not that this the offer you talking about, that shit is not real. That was for the public. You know what I'm saying? That's not real. Like, there is no financial backer for that fight that will put that money up. They're not gonna gamble losing that money. The offer is not real. That's what you need to understand. Not, oh, Shakur should have took it. You're not understanding that the offer is not real. What are you? How do you take an offer that's not real?
You don't.
Yo,
It's not real.
Earth is a crazy ass planet. Will said
Hey,
David Morrell versus Mobility at 160. Ooh, I don't know.
That's
that's a good
spicy.
I
one,
got
That's
man.
Morrell.
spicy.
I don't
That's
know.
I
spicy.
got Morrell. I got Morrell. Here's why.
When
I
Canelo
don't
vacate,
know,
make
bro.
sure
I
that
don't
fight for
know.
the WBC belt.
Let me break it.
I
Can I
don't
can I
know.
psychoanalyze that? Can I psychoanalyze that for y'all? Because y'all gonna be on the fence about it. I seen Billy fight a guy, Carlos Gongora, and when he's fought a guy that could stand his ground, that can, draw a line in the sand, I seen him get hurt. And I also know Carlos Gongora is not as skillful as David Morrell and is not as big as David Morrell. He is at 168. Also know David Morrell moves his hands well, and Morrell has very good
Man, can
defense.
Morrell handle pressure or not, bro? What pressure he handled?
I feel you, but I think he's gonna step to
You seem
Mobility,
too
bro.
confident to me, and I don't like that shit. Morrell ain't fought shit, bro. Gongora is better than everything on Morrell's resume.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Tell
true.
me
How
I'm
do they
wrong.
compare? How do
I,
they
I
Tell
gotta
compare
me
ask you
I'm
power
this.
wise?
wrong.
I
How do
gotta
they
ask you
compare?
this.
Carlos Gongora, right? In terms of
Put
power
Carlos, put, Car-
and
put
offense,
Carlos
in
Gon,
terms of
put
power
Carlos.
and offense, who did David Morrell fight that was better than Gongora?
I'll say this. You guys are right on that, and I'll concede. But I'll give you this counterpoint. Put Carlos Gongora in with David Morrell. See what happens. He's
Who's
getting
I
way
okay?
don't
Let
better
me
know.
than
ask
that.
you this: who's got the bigger punch, Gongora or Morrell?
Morrell, in my
That's a good.
opinion.
I think that's a good
Mm.
question
Mm.
because this is the thing. This is the thing. We haven't seen Morrell with a somebody yet. I was impressed with what he did to Casares and the time that he did it to, because he did it quick and he didn't have a lot of fights at the time, David. So I was impressed by that. What he just did to the guy from Kazakhstan, he beat that guy up real good. I was impressed by that.
That
But
nigga almost beat him to death, bro. Not real
damn near
good. He almost
killed
beat
him. I
him to
ain't going
death.
front. Damn near killed him. But the thing is, these is not guys that did anything though. Like where are you finding these people? What did they do? Whereas at least, for example, Mobility's last fight with what's his face with God, the one he just
Nicholson?
had
Demond Nicholson.
with
Nicholson.
Demond Nicholson, we have a point of reference in Demond Nicholson that look, Edgar couldn't knock his ass out. He knocked him down 4 times, but he couldn't knock him out. Andre, he definitely didn't knock him out. And
Got
Demond
dropped.
is known for being a very, very stubborn guy. So when you see that Mobility takes him out, yeah, that means something because this dude don't be getting knocked out. He knocked him out.
3 knockdowns in 4 rounds. That was it.
And
All
the
she
way
wrote.
he knocked him out, the dude just like somebody unplugged his battery or
Just like
some
his
shit. Like
controller disc just got disconnected. Like
he just, you know what I'm saying?
Niggas turned his TV off on some Hassan Campbell shit. Niggas turned his TV off.
So I'm not gonna knock Morrell, but I do want to see him with somebody that I don't know if you could just find somebody that did something, like somebody that's been around, that they got good experience. Like I could go for. I know it's not gonna happen, but Morrell versus Ryder, I could really go for a fight like that because at least with John,
I like that.
yeah,
I like that.
this a tough fucking guy. He's
John's a
been
good gatekeeper.
around.
He's a real good gatekeeper.
He's a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
gatekeeper. I ain't really seen Morrell do nothing to nobody that could do something back. And really, I think Morrell versus Billy is a fantasy fight anyway.
Yeah,
That
that
shit
don't
ain't
happen.
gonna
That
go
don't happen.
down. That
That don't
shit
happen.
ain't gonna go down,
That don't
bro.
happen. PBC got his
Yeah,
own plans for
probably
Morrell. They
not,
got their own
man.
plans for Morrell.
They don't have a plan for that dude, bro. By
You don't
all
think so?
rights, we should know what Morrell's next fight is gonna be because he is excited. Like, I like watching that dude fight. That's a good ass fighter. He should have another fight before the year is out. But what? Ain't no news on him, bro.
I thought he
Let
was
me
fighting
tell you
Davis, but
something.
that's not the case.
He had the best performance on Tank's on that whole card, including Tank. He had the best performance in terms of entertainment, and they still can't get him a fight. That's some whole shit.
I'm trying to tell you, like, yo, he like, I wish he would go somewhere else because it's like you could see that, like, and I don't even know if we're gonna get Andre Benavidez. I don't know what's going on,
I
bro.
keep
But
hearing rumors. I don't even know if that's official.
bro, because
Like,
we in the middle of September, that leaves October, November, December. When is y'all doing this fight?
after
It's
November,
only
December, that's like the target. That should be the target date at this stage. So
I'm
late
saying
November,
it's 3
sometime in
months.
December.
It's 3 months left in the year. When is y'all doing this? Because if it's for November, right? We need to know by October. If it's for November that y'all gonna do it, like, I don't know, man, maybe early November or the middle of November, then y'all need to announce that already then, because September's almost over. There's only one besides this week that we in. There's only next week, and that's it. Then we in October. Shit. George said Devin has been going to 140 anyway, so all this complaining about Shakur versus Devin not happening at 135 is pointless. Even if I do, yeah, that's the other thing. Like, I already know who wins that fight.
So does Devin.
But the idea that I guess what annoys me is they be trying to act like, yeah, Shakur, if he walked away, like you say, if he ducked undisputed, why does he still have a title shot?
Why? Talk to me. Talk to me, universe. Talk
Because
to me,
if
people.
you saying that he dipped out, that he backed out, he ain't want to do it, then how does he still have a title shot? See, Frank, when he backed out, because he backed out, he has no title shot. He ain't got no title shot. That's it. You out. Oh, you don't want to. You don't want to fight then. You out of here.
I already
Shakur
know it's
still got
not.
a title shot.
I already know it's not Tanky's fighting next. So,
bro, I don't give a fuck who he fight next, bro.
I
That
don't
dude look
care
like shit
because
with Hatatunian.
I don't give a shit either.
Hatatunian was fucking him up, B. Hatatunian was fucking him up, B. I don't know what he gonna do, to be honest, but I'll say, unless it's Tank, yeah, it's a stone cold duck.
Because his stock just took a hit, bro. I mean, not that he had any anyway.
Saying
So
the only way you could justify it is to be in a bigger fight for more money. That's the only way you could make it like, oh, well, then it wasn't a bad idea because you doing this and you're gonna get more money. So unless you're gonna get Tank, right? And I don't even know what Tank gonna pay y'all because he paid them guys peanuts, bro. It's not like Tank is not out here giving people like
life-changing purses.
He not like
You got
he
super
not.
chat.
Like, you get more money fighting
I,
AJ
I'm,
than fighting
I'm
Tank.
telling you, Frank Martin fights Gervonta Davis after that long layoff. I mean, a long one. If Gervonta Davis knocks out Isaac Cruz. Only that.
Leo, I think what I see is they might do it the way they kind of did Danny, that they guided Danny away from Terrence, but it wasn't because he was fighting Errol right away, right? No, he had like 2 fights in between that. In between the time you ducked Bud and the time you ended up fighting Errol, you fought 2 people. Now with Frank, I don't even know if they're going to put you in there with somebody, or it might be how you say, Leo. They just going to shelf him. They'll just shelf him, and at some point next year, they'll dig him out the shelf and feed him to Javante.
I mean, what's funny is like let's just say he does fight Javante next. It's not going to be for more money for what Shakur was going to pay him.
I don't even know because, like I said, that it's not like we say, oh, well, if it's the Davis fight, then it'll be for more money. But will it?
No, I don't think so. And
Isaac
guess what?
only got like 500,000 to fight this dude, bro.
And guess what? It's still not a title shot.
The
It's
PBC boys
Taking
don't make no
taking no
money,
champion.
bro. The PBC boys don't make no money, bro. Yo, the reason why these people really didn't like Terrence Crawford is this. It wasn't because of Bob Arum. It's because this top ranked fighter makes more money than our dude. And we can't justify why Earl Spence never fought him.
Nah,
And
you can't say that because they're gonna tell you about the back door money that he give them guys money to go through their back door.
Jesus.
Hey, Jules. Hey, Jules. Hey, Jules. Smokey says apparently Frank left Derek James and Errol Spence because they accepted the Shakur fight without his say.
Oh, wow.
What? Say that again, country. Say that again.
Smokey says apparently Frank left Derek James and Errol Spence because they accepted the Shakur fight without his say. That's why he left.
That's lies.
Wow.
He was.
Well, I mean,
he
if,
was
look, if
I hope
it's,
that's not true.
I ain't shit. I gotta check that. Like where, like I gotta see where that came from. But if it's that way, then it's definitely a duck.
Oh yeah, 100%. That makes it worse. That makes it even worse.
That's definitely a duck. Like you got mad that they accepted the fight.
Let me tell you something. You know how I know it's cap?
Kelvin, it might
Because
be just a rumor. We don't know.
You know how
Go
I
ahead.
know it's cap? I was on Frank Martin's Instagram post today. Let me tell you something. He was at he was at 7 hours ago. He was at the world class boxing gym, Dallas, Texas. And you know who they have a mural of? No,
Who?
a picture of Derek James. He did not leave Derek James on all that shit. That's a fucking lie. I don't know why these people keep fucking saying that.
I don't know. People just be lying but I did hear that though.
I don't think Smokey was lying to be lying.
Wait,
Man.
I heard that rumor 3 days ago, but I didn't because I didn't see where it was coming from. It was just something somebody said on Twitter. I did
put the
hear
story,
it.
I put the exact story up from Frank Martin. I want you guys to come look at this shit. No,
Karma
look at the private-
says Derek James doesn't get involved in the business side, so I don't think that's true.
Let me see. Is Stephen Brimley says shout out to Unbiased. Will Morrell become a champion? And if so, multi or nah? Look, because he's a PBC fighter, I can't tell you what they're gonna do with him. If he were a top ranked fighter, a matchroom fighter, you know that they have plans and they make a path, they make a route. With Morrell, bro, I really think this guy should be fighting at least one more time. It's 3 months left in this year, and I think he only fought once. It ain't like he got a lot of fights. It ain't like he costs a lot of money because he don't cost a lot of money. His opponents don't cost a lot of money. So I don't know what they're gonna do with that dude, bro. Remember, Tuksak Nyambi, prime example. 11-0. 11-0 fighter, right? They left him on the shelf for over a year. So that over a year later, let's throw him in there with Gary. What kind of path is that? Like
what's he doing now? Like anybody know?
Nothing.
They did
Nothing.
They did the same with Terrell Gachet. They threw him in there with Tim Zoo.
You know what I'm
He's
saying?
back
Like they
in
don't got a path for them.
Mongolia. He's back in Ulaanbaatar. The
Word,
fuck
right?
dude,
That
nothing.
dude probably out there picking his nose and wiping it in the snow.
That's fucking terrible, ain't it? Because he's
Fucking
actually a
cold
pretty good
over there,
fucking-
bro. Mongolia, that shit sound cold, bro.
He's in Ulaanbaatar. That's a weird.
Yeah, dude, you don't want to experience that cold, man.
Fuck, want to be out there in that cold ass shit?
You ever been to Mongolia? Country?
Bro, have you ever been to fucking Mongolia, bro?
I've been to Iowa, and that's close fucking enough, man.
That's close enough, bro. Iowa got too many goddamn vowels in it. That's how you know it's cold. There are 3 vowels in Iowa. There's only 1 consonant.
75% of fucking Iowa's shit is fucking vowels. That's fucking crazy. I don't want to be that
scary,
cold.
bro. I don't want to be nowhere that cold, bro. Fuck that.
But look at where Alicia's from.
I tell you, man, that place is fucking cold in the middle of dead winter.
Ain't that
bro.
part of the farm belt? Iowa?
Yeah.
Isn't that's part of the farm belt, right? They get tornadoes and shit?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I think so.
I definitely wouldn't want to be over there.
Who wants to live in the Midwest if it's not Michigan or Ohio? And Michigan and Ohio is pushing it. Who really wants to live there?
Bro, like I said, I'm trying to move to Europe, bro. Fuck that. Nah, man, I ain't even gonna go to Europe. I'm gonna go to South America because look, Everybody
Yeah,
don't
dude,
know
you
the
don't
South
want to go to
America.
Europe. Europe is fucked right now, big
Europe
time.
is fucked. Europe is fucked right now. I would go to South
Super duper
America
fucked.
because I have a feeling that within the next 20 years, South America gonna be on the come up. We're gonna enjoy
Either that
grapes.
or Asia, parts of Asia.
HIV is really big over there, though.
Oh, come on. What, Michael? What the fuck, bro?
Oh, I
Man, where
just,
you
How do you
been?
know, how do you
Man,
even know that?
you know, what's crazy. I
He
didn't know that.
mad
I didn't
tight.
know that until a
He
couple days ago.
mad tight. He's
I didn't
mad
know that.
tight.
He
He's
because
angry.
he
He's
fucking
mad
ruined it,
mad.
bro.
He's
Sorry,
mad
bro. I
mad.
just had to let you know.
Fucking ruined. Yo, ain't
Trying
nowhere
to
to
Dude,
go.
find out.
you know
You
what?
know what?
You know what,
Go
Jules? You might want to go to
Australia.
like Asia, bro, like Southeast Asia.
Australia. No, Australia. I don't
No,
gotta learn no
No,
UK.
you don't
grammar.
want to go to Australia, dude. It's
I
not
don't.
not.
I just remembered. No, I don't, because everything is trying to kill you in Australia.
Literally,
Yeah,
Yep.
man. They got like
literally, the
Fucking
air is gonna kill you,
snakes.
bro.
Yeah, I don't
Snakes,
fucking
fucking
want to.
spiders will
They have
fucking
killer
destroy
bees.
you. Fuck
They
all
have
that, man.
frogs. If you touch the
Yo,
frog, you
bro,
die.
let me
Fuck
tell you
that.
something. Let me tell you something. You're gonna live and die in America. You ain't going not a fucking place,
Nah,
Jules.
I already know that's not true. I read the script. I know how the story ends.
Nah, nah,
I
nah.
ain't staying in this shit.
Your story ends in America.
When the
Estados Unidos,
motherfucking when that big
motherfucker.
ass asteroid hit and all them people start to come out that shit, you might want to. You know what I'm saying? You
Nah,
might
bro.
die in America.
We
Not me,
really we
motherfucker.
fuck. Yo, did y'all see that that fake alien eating that fucking crunch bar?
I seen that dumbass shit.
Imagine that was an
Dumbass.
alien.
I mean,
Imagine that shit
do
was
you know
real.
what's crazy? Look, I am
Mhm.
not with the conspiracy crap. I'm just saying that they've been said weeks ago that they're gonna start pushing this alien agenda on people. And look, they are. That's what they're doing. They're like, oh yeah, what was it, an alien body in Peru or some bullshit like that? Some
It was
bullshit. I'm
Mexico.
like, whatever
why?
the fuck it
Why?
is, bro. I don't know, bro.
I don't know.
You motherfuckers need to get some sleep. I'm about to go to bed.
I
Fucking
feel
tired.
you.
Yeah, I gotta go to work. Fuck me.
Have
Guys,
a great
chill.
day, guys.
All right,
See you
night,
at
Jen.
the fights on Saturday.
Thanks for having me on, Jules. Have a
Sure.
great
The
night,
fans
brother.
win.
Fans win.
The fans win.